then great, we can get back to it. Everyone take advantage of a disadvantageous situation. I took that downtime to actually grab the spreadsheet that has the demand ratings for all the goods in this game. That's going to help me make some informed decisions. In fact, I can check it right now and go and look at the gasoline products that we're making right now. EFGH. So gasoline fuel has a demand of 15 and diesel fuel has a demand of 10. So for every 3 parts of gasoline that we put out, we can expect to put out 2 bits of diesel. Then perhaps just putting down a medium level factory might not be enough, but I'm sure we'll soon find out. In any case, let's let time pass by. I still have the shares, I still have everything set up that I think I had before, so let's continue on. Yeah, I've played with insurance and banking. Banking is nice, steady money, although recessions can hurt you really badly. Insurance is where the real money is made though. Oh, it's so good. I look forward to getting back into the insurance game again today, frankly. Oh, I thought if I'm doing diesel fuel, I will almost certainly want some more R&D done. Where did I set up my R&D? Here it is. So I would actually like to use the lesser known duplicate firm button and slam you down here. And then I'm going to fill you in with more gasoline people, because I know my alphabet here. Gasoline products, hire everybody, tell them to start R&D on diesel fuel as well, and then get them doing it for 1 year again. And once the 1 year is done, we'll try and jump it over to 2 years. I think there was a game option for don't be alerted when you get auto apply R&D. Yeah, of course, but R&D completion, do tell me that stuff is important. Okay, so kind of low-key going on right now, but that's fine. As long as I'm selling my gas at huge prices. That's what I like to see. It's a shame you can't get a good overview. I don't really think that the floors thing was implemented as well as it could have been. But I'm probably being a picky bugger. I'm actually going to lower the price a little bit more. I want to really capitalize on that market share. Never know how soon that overall quality is going to start catching up. In my opinion, fintech in general is too powerful. Well, it'd be nice to see if I'm making... Oh, Cerberus is making me good money. I've made a loss on everything else so far. But maybe that's a good reason to go and buy more of it. If Old Man Company is doing really terribly, maybe now's the time to jump on top of them. Unsurprisingly, our share price is doing the best. Nolan Oil is trying. It's really early days. This is almost entirely speculation. Petan is really flatlining here. What's going on with you? Where was Petan? Wow, Petan's falling. What's Petan even doing? Sato's into insurance. Now, I would like to take over the insurance companies. I should probably grab both of the insurance companies regardless how they're doing. So if we check their AI strategy and go down to insurance, I really just see insurance as a very, very good thing. Win Lobby is actually doing quite well and Petan is doing miserably. So let's go to the stock market and, oh, I barely have any money. Still, oh, I can only buy like 4.2% of the company. It was Petan and the Win Lobby, right? Both their share prices are really low. I want to get them. Maybe I can just go for a cheeky little loan. That is very little and very cheeky. But let's borrow everything we can out of both the banks. Not a lot, but at least it's something. And then we go and buy everything we can out of Petan and out of the Win Lobby. I just really like insurance, and it's going to be a lot easier if I just take over other people's insurance rather than make my own. Price didn't go up that much, and it's always easier and better to buy off of the public rather than the not public. So I've got 10% of Petan, and still can't buy much more of the... Maybe I could put out a bond. I just want to get the stuff while it's going incredibly cheap. How many bonds can I put out? 60 million? I think we can make 60 million in time. This might kick me in the rear end though. Especially since these things mature then. Yeah, raise the money. I want these stocks. Give me the Win Lobby. Really pushing up the price here, but I believe in them. Wait, did I buy Woolworth? No, it's just moving these. Give me Petan. Computer couldn't handle the raw, unfiltered capitalism. Computer is probably ill from having to run Sid Meier's and some more Super Monkey Ball on the same day. Right, how are we looking? Petan, maybe by 20% of Petan? And then... It was the other one again, it was the Win Lobby. I don't know, I feel bad if I'm ever not just buying as much as I can off of the public, because it's the easiest stock to get. I hope these insurance things don't fail, or else I'm going to feel bad having all of this stock in them. Okay, there we go. 30% of Petan and 30% of the Win Lobby. Let's hope that doesn't bite me in the rear end. And let's... Since I have the money, I took out that loan. Let's not worry about the loan. Let's just repay that immediately. Repay. I didn't need it all, so keep it. Alright, so I'm hoping to continue to make big fat money off of my gas. I'm going to save frequently. Because it annihilated the whole game as well. Might have been a game error. I did get the game itself putting up a specific error, but I don't know if that's because of the PC itself crumbling. I'll look into it later. By which I mean I might not. We'll see. Sid Meier's is the medicine your computer needed to get better. No, God, no. These people always trying to peddle their filth. Why? What is coming over them? Okay, there's... Wow, it looks like the Mega Factory can produce huge amounts. Ah, my Bakeries wants it. Okay, so this is an opportunity. I don't know why my Bakeries is taking my fuel, but let's look into it. The client has their own little gas station here, and this is cute. So they have a price agreement. Because they buy from me, they have to sell it at this rate, 51. Probably because that's the amount that I'm selling my fuel at. Because it's the same fuel. Where's my gas station at? Here we go. Yeah, see, I'm selling that at 51. But the thing is, I buy that fuel from myself at just $3 dues. So what I can do is I can increase the price that my Bakeries is buying my fuel at to a very generous $50 or so. So now I don't really care that they're selling it because they're having to pay me that. So any market share that they get is essentially market share I get because I'm selling it to them at that cost. So they're just doing my work for me and they're not even benefiting from it because now I'm charging them so much money for it that they're barely making a profit. In fact, if you take away the cost of operating that thing, they're probably going to make a loss on it. They're still selling some stuff they have in storage here, but once they bring in some of their new stuff, that's going to start making them a bit of a loss. Meanwhile, the silver surplus factory for it is looking pretty swell. No other clients for you. Oh, this is looking good. There's so much demand for our fuel that we can actually open up even more for it. So I think it was, it wasn't quite 2 to 1, but I think I already want another floor for this stuff. And let's just go purchasing, purchasing, purchasing. Sale, 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 sale. I should really save this, right? Just user defined. Oh, I've already got it added here. Oh, okay. Scrolling was a bad idea. Scrolling took me out of that. That's specifically fuel, though. I want it for just nothing. So if I just have that, that'll be easier to use for things that I do in the future. Regardless, though, let's link her up. Warehouse only, and this is for gasoline, I believe. Gas, gas, gas. And if they end up needing more of the diesel, then we can get on that as well. It's good. More money is greater money. By the way, Jake, asking for a friend, but can you make toasters? Toasters sounds like it would be a household appliance. Home appliances. Washing machine, vacuum cleaner, sewing machine, safety box, refrigerator, electric razor, oven, mixer. It's not a subset of oven. Double oven. Microwave, keys, irons, heaters, hair dryers, fans, dishwasher, dryer, coffee maker. Unless it's a very advanced coffee maker, I think you might not be able to get toasters. Unless there's like cooking appliance, but no, I think that would all be under home. So no, Omnicide denied his toasters. An oven does toasting, though. Any good oven has a grill capacity. Okay, there's actually a huge amount of demand for gasoline fuel. These guys aren't working 100% though, come on. Don't tell me that I'm not actually able to keep up with demand out of the warehouse, right? Plenty of supply. Output isn't working at maximum capacity, so I don't know why you're not getting all the fuel in for sales. Purchase faster, sell more, I want more money. Good to see that diesel fuel doing well for it. Oh, the rat merchants have made their own game, Joan of Arc. Can't click on that to get details on it, but I can check into them. If we go corporations and we check the rat people, can we just do it by name? Or is it rat or the rat? PQRS, here we go, rat merchants run by Zabulba. He's just got a single software development thing, that's his entire company. I could acquire him for $165 million. I'm not going to do that. But he's got his product, well, he's only just, I suppose he's only just researched it, he doesn't have it going out, does he? But tech product, is it not here? No, perhaps it's not. Oh, crivens, I'm not checking through that entire list. Point is, they've got their game out, so good for them. Me, I'm more interested in getting this fuel flowing. I want to be an oil baron billionaire, and then a trillionaire. So this is making me decent money. I just can't help but feel it should be making me ultra money. I'm liking seeing the bar here rise and rise, though. Revenue is almost entirely profit here, which is good. Go. Demand. I see. So as demand goes up, we're instantly bringing in more product to meet it. That's good as long as we stay ahead of the city's overall rating. Look at that. That market share. Somebody else selling our fuel. Is that what we were selling to our friend Ma Bakeries? It is. Look at that. Ma Bakeries is got plenty going there, but they're not very profitable because they have to pay me. They're making 57 cents profit off of every unit of fuel that they put out. So I don't think they're going to end up very profitable for much longer. Let's actually look at this profit graph. It's going down now because he's forced into this price agreement with me, which means if I raise my prices, he has to raise his. Similarly, if I lower my prices, I could price him out of the game altogether. Okay, interestingly enough, there's too much demand here. So I'm going to have to open a second petrol station. I'm going to triple up on this place selling diesel fuel. Actually, it might be better to just have this one do only petrol and the other one do... No, we'll mix and match. I'm not scared of this. Link it up, get some more diesel. Link it up, get some more diesel. Good thing I have the cash flowing, because I need the cash to pop down another... Where is it? Gas station. I don't want it to be too close to you, it's going to suckle away my own demand, so even though I have a really nice... Actually, I don't know how that works. Conventional wisdom tells you if I put another gas station next to my existing gas station, it's going to take away from that. But if the problem is not enough supply for the massive demand, then why wouldn't I put it close by? I'm not seeing a good reason why not to, honestly. Oh, well, actually, something's worked for me well. There's a massive consumer traffic index right here. So let's slam you in, and then put in some more places for... I'll put it in here, because I don't know if those old ones save the linking. Or does it? We'll try it. Let's use this. Okay, probably still have to link it. Easily done, though. Excellent, so that brings in a lot more gasoline, and we'll see if we stay on top of supply and demand. Since I tripled up the amount of diesel fuel flowing out, you'd think I'd be able to stomp all over that demand. Don't worry, I caught it there, ex-Segura. I'll be able to charge quite a bit more when I get my hands on some better quality oil, but I need to make $500 million to actually get on top of that, which is a little scary. Where is the oil, by the way? Don't tell me somebody else has built on it. There it is. Quality 75 isn't great, but it's better than what the Seaport gives it to us at. Seaport has plenty of supply, but it could change later on. That's all the more reason that I want to control it better myself. Okay, you don't have the demand there. You've got all the demand there. I might need even more of this stuff set up. But hey, anything that's profit for me is good news for me. We're already making the 50 millions a year. I need to make more than the 50 millions per year. I've got some bonds. Which I, of course, will probably take out more bonds to refinance on. More money is good money. If you want updates on how other companies are doing, just let me know. We'll keep an eye on them. I should use a script that auto-saves the game, but let's just remember to save frequently. How's the Bond villain in trading going? Surely you don't mean me, you must mean some other kind of company. Okay, wow, that gasoline fuel is hard to meet the demand of here. There's so much of it, which means I could charge more money for it. Very, very easily means I could charge more money for it. And that's going to force my compadre out there to be charging more money as well, thanks to the price agreement. Just can't get the supply in. They're purchasing and selling as fast as they can, which is good to see. Damn good to see. I think it takes time for demand to propagate over to other ones that you set up, though. But once they do have the demand, oh, it's going to be good. So, oh man, the money's going up. Is this game Jake's new addiction? You can call it an addiction, right? I could stop this if I wanted to. I just don't want to. Are we the next fuel kings? Well, I need to make sure that my bakeries doesn't get any fancy ideas. Because they're going to be looking at this massive demand for fuel and thinking, maybe we should get on this instead of paying exorbitant amounts of money to... Well, I'm not the Cap King anymore. What am I getting? The Silver Surplus. Stop paying extra money to Silver Surplus. Nonsense. Pay me all the money. I'm not going to run advertising on this. It's not worth it. Unless it becomes a real price squeeze, then I'll run all the advertising I can. Well, it wouldn't be a price squeeze. It would be a demand squeeze. We're just about to hit this here. Oh, what's the market cap of this thing looking? So even with all that we're selling right now, we're only doing about 2/3 of the market share. It's nice that I'm getting in on the production though. How is it for... Ah, geez, how do I want to look at this? Diesel, right? D? How do you spell diesel? Diesel fuel. I don't have so many of it going out and it's not hitting that so hard, but I'm sure it'll be okay. Alright, we're at the point where even you have got, yeah, there's just so many more people to sell my fuel to. Well, this works well for me. Just make sure we get more gasoline fuel in there. Make sure we link it up to our warehouse there. And I don't need to pump out more diesel just yet. It's taken quite a bit of time for people to get on diesel. Does diesel have a similar... Whoa, how did I miss this? My R&D tech finished. This is good. Your R&D of gasoline fuel is now 80. Excellent. Now, I want the next one to be 2 years. Get a big leg up on it. Was it just me or did it not play that little plinky noise for telling me that that was ready? Music, sound effects. Sound effects? Give me a bit more sound effects. Maybe that'll help. Maybe it did play and I didn't notice it. That also happens. Train your workers, Jake. Excellent point. I've been forgetting about training because I normally leave it to the headquarters to do, which I will still do here. So let's go and make our headquarter building. I should probably be doing a smaller one since it's less land cost, isn't it? Yeah, it's just... it doesn't look so good. I don't like it. Maybe I should be worrying a bit more about my millions this early on, though. Yeah, screw it. Here we go. Right. Human Resource Department. Make sure that they are all being completely trained to the Supermax. And have a CEO. For me, of course. That way we regularly adjust prices and spending on inflation. I think I deserve a little bit of a salary. Just give me... Nah. I give myself a reasonable salary, about $60,000. That's a good entry-level salary for anybody just joining the workforce. Wasting 20 years of experience in something that's only existed for 5 years. Alright. To be honest, I wouldn't want to buy fuel from someone whose logo is a load of flames. I suppose I could admire their guts for that. My god, we are having a severely hard time meeting demand here. Alright, we're gonna slam down even more of the fuel. Seems that gasoline is all people are interested in. They're not so interested in the diesel, and I don't know why. Why is my diesel not so competitive for people? Is there one to look at? Diesel fuel. Our rating is still better than the cities overall. Dye the fuel red, because we all know the red goes faster. Well, that's what they do for fuel that only farmers get to use. I forget what it's called. Probably red fuel. This is the most pathetic gas station I've seen. It's just a single fuel pump here, selling fuel at a loss for them. I mean, they're making revenue, but that revenue goes directly to me. Ah, that feels good. Pricing out the competition. Is anybody else buying up my goods? No, looks like that's it. There aren't going to be any clients from the warehouse other than myself. Oh, this is interesting. I almost can't meet the demand for my own gasoline fuel, so I actually need another input, storage, and output for my fuel. That might not actually be the best way to do it, because then I'm going to end up with a lot of old crappy low-tech fuel stored here, but I'm sure we'll chug through it in due time. So get my own gasoline fuel coming in once more. Probably a better way to do it would be to have like 2 inputs. Yeah, 2 inputs into a storage, into 2 outputs. Again, I don't have a good idea of the throughputs here, but it'll be fine as long as I can meet that demand. And I would expect I can do exactly that. Still, we're already looking good on the dosh, bringing in plenty. We should take a quick look at the stock market since it's been a year. So if we check the prices here, yeah, we are mooning. And this is exactly why I bought all my stock immediately. I bought all my stock for about 50 million, and now it's worth 500 million. No point letting the AIs get in on that free money. The AI struggling to keep up as they are. Wow, Petan is not doing well, but there's nothing to buy from the public anymore. How about the Win Lobby? Nothing again from the public that I can buy. Regrettable. I want more of the insurance companies. Makes sense that the insurance companies are pulling a heavy loss early on, but it would make it possible for me to just go over to someone like Shitatsu Show and say, hey, can I buy your stock for 2 million? No, he wants it for 3.5 million. But I could get 35% of the company. I think that's worth it at this point. Yeah, I'll take that. 35% of you. How about the Win Lobby? Mistress Dark, are you willing to offer some of the company? That's a pretty good rate. There we go. So now I'm ready to swoop in when the moment feels right and take control of the company, and then try and tank the share price even more so that I can just absorb the company. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Yeah, we'll leave them be. Missed the start of the stream. Does single city mean there's only one? Yet the only city on the map is Grimsby. There is no other city in wherever we are in the world. The wage rate's really high and the unemployment rate's low. Grimsby's a real up-and-comer of a city, which once upon a time it was. It's just really down in its luck today. Grimsby might seem like a bit of a running joke around here, because it is. Well, go figure, the moment I solve my problems for the fuel... Oh wait, no, I was looking at the wrong one. It's hard to tell the difference between them at a glance. But yeah, I'm still not able to meet the demand, the incredible demand for gasoline fuel, but this seems to be doing it. Yeah, it helps that I'm charging so much for it. There comes a point where you can't get more of this because there are people that aren't willing to pay that much for fuel. They'd rather take a crappy alternative fuel and buy that. And at that point you should move on rather than trying to get the remaining market share. Every extra bit of market share costs so much more to get than the previous. However, it's worth noting that I got that tech up. Did I get the other tech yet though? No, but we almost do. Since the tech of my gasoline fuel went up so much, what I can do is I can go to my... which one is it again? Is it product? Yeah, here we go. I can go to my gasoline fuel and note that my quality is really good. Actually, my bakery's quality is even better. Well, too bad for them. I will start charging more for it. There we go. It's taking a while for the new, better quality stuff to cycle in, but when it does, we'll be making more money on it. And it doesn't matter that my bakeries is taking over on that, because they're forced to follow me on price. And since they pay me for it straight from the factory, well, good point, they should definitely be paying me a bit more. And again, this is only affecting how much my own warehouse pays me for it, so that money just comes straight back to me, and the amount that my bakeries and any other clients are paying me for this. So he doesn't even get to do a 1% markup on the fuel. It's cute. It's so cute. So again, him getting market share is actually beneficial to me. Are internal sales taxed? I believe not. I'm not even sure to what degree taxation plays into this. Oh well, Pansy's answering the question there. No, it is not. How are you doing there, Nugget? Stock price is actually going down for Brazil. Might be my moment to move on in. Oh, what's that? Ah, great, now I'm getting a notification. Our diesel fuel is gone, as in the research for it is. Excellent, I would like you to continue on your R&D for 2 years and continue doing that, please. Hopefully their salaries will be kept up, and these places just make a straight loss, but too bad. How much money in bonds do I have to pay off? Yeah, credit limit. I don't like bonds so much because they're a nasty surprise when you least want surprises. I have 100 million bonds out there. Ooh, god, that's more than I thought. Still, the coupon rate isn't so bad. Could always buy some of that back, but I'd rather just make Omega money. Now, if I have access to other goods, I could make more things to be selling. I could make car shampoo, motor lubricant, and biofuel. The demands for those are way lower, but I wonder if I can charge even more money for them. Let's have a quick look, shall we? Thankfully, the game is kind enough to tell you if something is available in the city or not. So if we go back to gasoline products, sugar is available. I don't know from who, but somewhere is making sugar. Sunflowers are not available. We don't have any Dutch around here growing flowers for us. And there's no access to chemical minerals. Chemical minerals, I believe, would have to be mined out of the ground, and nobody's getting on that. Is the music still a bit loud? It's still a bit loud to me. There we go. Down we go. Right. Doing it this way gives the ability to fleece competitors after baiting them in. All it costs is the extra shipping to and from the warehouse. Very worth it. I would agree. It's just more stuff that's getting sold for me, so my competitors are actually doing my work for me. I appreciate that. There are the chemical minerals. If I wanted them, it's hundreds of millions. And the AI doesn't have that kind of money, so neither do we. Wasn't I considering buying some of you? Yeah, I was trying to find K. Let's keep it alphabetically sorted. Or I can just go by owned. Khrushchev. Why would I even buy into Khrushchev? What are you doing? Pretty rare for the AI to go bankrupt. You are doing everything. You're just researching and farming, but what are you farming? You're farming lobsters, orchids, and anthurium in the same farm. Nugget, what the hell are you doing? Dare we even ask? They're selling all their lobsters at Khrushchev's supermarket. To be fair, there's a demand for lobsters, but it's not making profit here. Probably because it's having to buy it from the farm, but freaking Nugget. Maybe investing in Nugget's harebrained schemes is not going to do too well for me. Still, every year I'm making 100 mil, and that's probably going up as our... Wow, that demand. You need to start taking over some of that demand. It's looking good here, though. Looking real good. Loving that money coming in. Long may it come in. Be nice if somebody else were to mine out chemical minerals for me. Don't get stuck in the trap of thinking that you have to produce everything for yourself. If you have somebody else that's willing to pay the 300 million to mine out diamonds, just buy the diamonds off of them. You can always close in and grab that later on, but you're generally going to be making decent money if you just buy that up and then add your own little extra on it. Do I want any other places here? Investor relations, public relations. I could, if I want a surplus of money coming right in, issue some stock. Because we are mooning. We might have spiked on our mooning, but look at that, we've got about $1 billion worth here. How much exactly could I be selling out here for? Issuing shares to the public at as little discount as possible. I could actually raise myself 252 million. But that would dilute the shares by 18%. That's a great leg up, that's a couple of years worth of funds. But grabbing back that 18% would be painful, because the share price would be going up and up with investment. Difficult call, I never know when to actually issue shares to the public. I could certainly put 200 million to good use, but would I want to? I don't know. I'm kinda happy making fat stacks of cash right now as it is. Especially if we keep that price nice and high. Are we? Did we get the research on our diesel done? Yeah, we did. Why are we not charging more for that diesel? Oh, because the new higher quality diesel hasn't circulated yet. See, this stuff... Maybe it has. Quality 50. It's a bit of a problem with having a huge amount in your warehouses. Takes a wee while for that new higher quality stuff to come on through. Yeah, because this stuff I'm putting out here is quality 73. It's where it would be good to have a COO to manage the prices here, but when things are as small scale as they are, I can take care of that myself. Still, let's stay on top of products here. Or is it product details? It is product details, right? And this, I believe, is the... No, that's the gasoline fuel. Our quality is better than the average. So I can actually increase the price a little bit more. A little bit more. Ooh, too much, too much. I want to stay above the average quality. Gotta make people believe that we're the best option around. And then, of course, there's you. More money. Squeeze every last penny we can out of those that are willing to pay. And again, you can see how you won't reasonably have the money to jump on everything at once. Much as I'm sure you'd like to. I know I'd like to. But I'm pretty happy being here winning on the gas thing. It's better than competing with somebody else immediately. There's those air conditioners again. Look at this, all these fools fighting over the air conditioners. My question is, who's the one that's really laughing? It's actually the Geas Order. They make all of the air conditioners that everybody else is fighting over. Where do they get their goods from? Seaport and Seaport. That's a good call. The Seaport's bringing in steel and electric components. They also have DVDs and paper. And I'm actually taking half of their oil right now. Is it half? Not sure if I can see everybody who gets this. Yeah, they got glass, they got plastic. I mean, all these things will eventually be taken over by local production. There'll be people that do it better in the city than the seaports could ever do. But early on, those seaports are a lifeblood. It isn't possible to form a cartel. I'm sure you could reasonably pull it off here. It's a shame I'm not getting into the real estate. I do like doing real estate, but I swore off doing the trick of inflating the value of land and making free money off of it whilst keeping your own buildings. I probably will still eventually have some houses, but I might just take it off the government again. Oh, that's right, we could get into politics and steal all of the real estate here. Won't do it just yet, though. Alright, loving the money coming in. We need to think what to do with it, though. As long as nobody is putting out chemical minerals and nobody's making flowers, I don't think I want to get in on the other fuel goods. What was that? Central bank increases interest rate. We're still in a boom town. Higher interest rates can Well, surely that's going to be good for me in some way. Alright, it looks like we've capped out at just how much we can exploit the current market without making our own competition or engaging in a price war, neither of which I'm particularly interested in doing. Galvanized roofs, galvanized steel. There's so many goods in this game, it's unreal. Look at that market share though. Oh, central bank immediately lowering those interest rates. Take over mayorship, destroy the economy again. I'll try and avoid that. Capitalism the game has been launched by the Ravens. Oh, good for them. Right, we have a fat chunk of cash. We should start thinking about if we want to invest it somewhere. First thought, of course, is going to the stock market and finding anyone. Oh, Gius is doing great. Good thing we got in there early. Our returns on Gius are pretty massive, but there's not much point selling it at this early juncture. Petan is doing terribly, but I believe in Petan, and I really want more of Petan, so maybe Shitatsu Sho would be willing to fork over a bit more of their company. I forget how much you need to assume direct control. I don't want to bail them out, though. How much money does Petan have? Where are you at, Petan? They're losing money, but hey, they got cash on hand. I think I'll try my hand at grabbing some more of Petan whilst they're continuing to flounder. The Win lobby is as well. Alright, let's make an offer. Shitatsu Sho wants more per share. Okay, that's fine. 40% of the company. How much is it to take over? Is it 50%? Let's see if Cerberus will hand over some of the company at a reasonable rate. Crikey, they want quite a bit. Forget that. Rather make Shitatsu Sho rich than anything else. 51% for control, 75% for sub status. And I think isn't it 75% to the point where you can forcibly integrate the rest of the company? I think it is. Let's sit pretty at 45%. Again, I want to be in control of the insurance because I'm pretty sure insurance is good. Especially when they have tons and tons of market share. Doesn't even matter the stocks they have, I want their market share. Okay, Mr. Stark, fork over the Win lobby, please. Yeah, I can pay about 10 million for 10% of the company. There we go, now I'm in an excellent position to move in and take over Petan and Win lobby. Why do I own 2.96% of Bulworth? Did they have like some kind of stock issuing? I don't know, but I want a cool, clean 5% of the company. Oh, I'm not sure I can do it that modularly. Maybe I shouldn't be going for Bulworth. If they're not doing well, then why buy into them? I should buy into people that I really think are going to do well. And again, internet companies are private. I can't be getting in on those. Much as I'd love to take over C-Space's company, I can't even instantly buy them out though. Damn those private companies. And again, we're on the insurance already. Telecom. Telecom is just free money. Interesting. But I believe I can't buy into telecom. I could set up my own competitor for telecom if I really wanted to. They're not cheap to set up, but once you get established, it just prints free money. I'm gotta try and resist that though. I want to focus on production. Okay, for this I need to turn to the chat to a bit. I think until new products become available, and we should do another quick check to see that they're not available, we've reached the end of what we can do with gasoline products. Until sunflowers are produced by somebody, and that somebody could be us, we're done here. We can't mine out chemical minerals, and we don't have access to beeswax. Motor oil needs chemical minerals. Again, very expensive to get access to those. So... my question is... we could go biofuel, which means making sunflowers. What do you even do with sunflowers? Like, are they sold in shops or something? I don't know where it shows me that. Don't know if it shows me that. Isn't there a flower shop, though? Retail store... yeah, flower shop sells flowers. Anyway, either we go into making flowers for a biofuel, or we enter a new market. And I'm going to leave it up to chat which market we get into. There are a lot of options here, so just make yourself loud and heard. There's not going to be any semblance of democracy here. I see it, and we go for it. Let's dominate the comic books, says V-Boy, and are backed up with Acronymus, who says they want to get into manga. Books and magazines, we do have access to paper, we do not have access to dyes. Nor do we have access to illustration software, which is needed to produce comics. So, how do we get dye stuff? Dye needs timber and oil. So unfortunately, your dreams of getting into that are incredibly short-lived. Next! Once more things become available, that'll become more of an option, but some things that we just can't do are just going to be denied and moved on from. So what did someone else say? Raw Reef says get into the flower market. I do not know much about the flower market. Fortunately, I have a list here of demand. If we look at flowers, there are flower pots, tulips, orchids, roses, and anthurium. The demand is not very high for it, but the people have spoken. Unfortunately, we already have a competitor when it comes to that. The Geas Order is already making all these flowers. That's going to be a tough one to break into. And how about making the world fat? Make some pizzas. It's going to require quite a bit of foodstuffs there. So you've got this farm making these for stuff that there's almost no demand for. That's painful. Tell me a bit more, Geas. Show me your clients. Cart Pusher's Flower Shop. I'm a little worried about getting into this. There's no money being made here. Even though they've got reasonable market share, the profit made from these flowers is pretty freaking minimal. Ooh. Alright, advertising's really good, but it's not a product, and I want to focus on products here. Alright, next. Chat might have ideas, but it's going to have to have a good idea before we get into it. Lord Seru wants us to get into cheese, and someone else wants us to get into fast food. Let's see if either of those are an option right now. There is access to salt and milk. Somebody must be mining out salt and producing milk from cows, but there's not access to water. I can't imagine water would be that expensive to get, though. There's water. Oh my god, 200 million? 300 million? Oh yeah, crikey. Once water becomes available, we can look into that then. Advanced things need lots of goods, and it's very expensive to set them up here. So I'm trying to see if there's something that there is available around here. There's not even CCDs for communication devices, and there isn't the technology for doing HUDs. Cars, they use fuel. There's not the synergy there that you think there is. You can have cars perfectly fine without that. Maybe it would have been easier if I'd given you options about things that we can do, but I'm honestly not that sure. The game, I haven't played with real world before, so there is a ton of stuff, not all of which I'm aware of. Is it whiskey time? Specifically alcohol beverage, isn't it? Whiskey needs oats, which are not available, but I could easily make those available. Somebody already makes glass bottles. The bars would sell these. Well, looking at it, what we could do is we could set up a farm. Let me check my supply and demand stuff here for alcoholic beverages. Alcohol. There's a lot of demand for beer, red wine, wine. Whiskey's not so hot, but I bet the returns on that are good. Alright. We'll be the booze baron then, shall we? It's a little bit more interesting here than in vanilla, where vanilla just had, like, what, wine and what else? We definitely want to get in on the beer. So if we offer people beer... how does one even get corks? Corks are made from timber, and no one has timber available just yet. But we can get oats. We just need to grow some oats. Where's the source for barley right now? Is it something being brought in by Seaport? Or somebody growing barley? Product. or rather product detail, search product tab for barley. Kurashev and the Ravens are both producing barley, and they've already got, oh well, the Ravens have already got 50 quality barley popping out here. But I might prefer just to make my own barley. I might even mix and match barley and, what was the other thing I was going to be making? Barley and oats. Barley and oats. Glass bottles are being made somewhere. I'd like to know a bit more about that. Product detail, G for glass bottles. And the Old Men Company are producing some 50 quality glass bottles. That tells me that there's probably no good reason for me to make my own if they're already doing the job of making it. Okay, so farm for oat and barley. I don't actually know. Is there any point in not just doing a big one? The initial cost is pretty high, but I might want it for a bunch of things down the line. I think I'll be taking over this area as my own, so let's just set up the farm here. And doesn't even have predefined layouts. Crumbs, I'm not good at this. See, there's crop growing, and I think there's processing. No, there's just inventorying of crops. But I'll need 2 different sales places. What am I going to need more of? I'm going to need a lot more stuff for beer than I need for whiskey. So beer is beer's the barley, right? 3 on barley. Yeah, okay. We'll do this then. This is pretty new to me. I've not done a lot of growing stuff here. So in here, it'll get inventoried and sold. Okay. And this was B for barley, right? No, not bananas, barley. Sowing in January, it's March. This is a big fat waste of time, but too bad. I should have been faster. Take a wee bit of time for this to be worth our time then. Barley, and barley into there. And now here we're going to... The thing is, the demand for barley is so much larger than the demand for whiskey. Or rather, the demand for beer is so much higher. I might make do with just 1 bit for whiskey and 4 for barley. I can always switch it out if it doesn't work for me. Do it like that then. Grow a crop, and again it is barley. The UI is really squeezed for all the goods that's in here. And then the last one here, crop growing, grow a crop, grow... It was oats, right? Yeah, I remember it looking like that. Large farm will easily make enough with 2 of each. Yeah, I'm thinking I only need 1 of oats though. Besides, other people might want my barley, and you know how I can sell it to them. Very unfairly. So that should be good. Keep training Supermax, because that's how you get better quality crops here. Excellent. It'll take a bit of time. Oh, when does... Oh god, I missed it by 1 month. Okay, there's going to be a year of that thing not doing anything for me. But that's a year that I could spend making myself a bit of research on these 2 things. Expensive though it may be, you gotta spend money to make the money, as they say. So, alcoholic beverages, hire everybody, start the R&D and make the best beer around. Give it a year, since in 1 year, it'll be more than a year before they actually start doing anything, but 1 year will be fine for now. As for you, get the rest of the alcoholic beverage people, and start R&D on... What was the other one I'm doing? Whiskey, of course. Top Tech 100. Good lord, who out there has 100 tech? Oh, right, everything's Top Tech 100, never mind me. Right, so, beer and whiskey is going to come along. I am left wondering if, given that time, would I want to start on another type of alcohol? Crop rotation is not a thing, and thank God for that. Name 3 games with a good crop rotation mechanic. You will not be able to. I said good, not just that it exists. Trying to think if there's anything else here. There is access to sugar and glass bottles, so I could actually make some bottled liqueur. I could actually set up another farm that does blueberries and grape. Oh, right, no, we don't have access to strawberries. I could probably do grapes, strawberries, and blueberries. And then I'd be able to get on the brandy and the bottled liqueur. Now, the demand for those are significantly lower, but maybe the prices will be good. Farming Simulator 19, 17, and 22. I've played Farming Simulator. It's not very fun. Would we rather have some rum, though? Rum needs cocoa. Come on, folks, help me out in chat. We're here to make some booze. There are certainly options here. I need your help deciding which one. Brandy, bottled liqueur, rum. Could even do schnapps. Demand for schnapps is pretty low. Could you make a sugar wine? The wine needs grapes and corks. Not willing to get into the cork business here. Alright. Grapes. I want that rum though. Truth be told, I want that rum. Beer uses grains, that it does. Grapes, strawberries, and blueberries. And we're going to make brandy and bottled liqueur. If you could type this in chat, I'd be grateful, because I don't have a short-term memory. Grapes, strawberries, and blueberries. Farm, large farm, here we go. And we will be making... crop growing, and crop growing, just one of each. Hopefully the demand isn't too high. If it is, I'm going to need to rejig my farms later on. Inventory, 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 and sales, sales, sales. Match them up nice and easy. So, grapes, strawberries, and blueberries. Thanks, Baron. I know I can trust you. Not grapefruits. God, I love grapefruits so much. Okay, tomorrow I'm gonna go out and buy a huge bag of grapefruits, skin them all, and just eat them like a decadent madman. I love them so much. There was somebody during the run of Greekonomics saying that their goal in life is the acquisition and consumption of olives. Gave me a good laugh when I read that later. Oh my god, another February crop. Please, game. February has come and gone. And the last one was blueberries, apparently. April to October. That one we can get on, so that's good. So those farms are going to work away, and I'm going to have myself another couple of R&Ds. This is getting expensive, as you might have noticed. Tonk, tonk. And we're going to fill this up with all the alcohol. Wow, there's a lot of people here. Fill you up and fill you up. See, it says job candidate 60, but I'm pretty sure I've stolen... 30 rather. I'm pretty sure I've stolen more than that. What did I say we were getting on? Crikey, you know, I've managed to forget what we were doing. Bottled liqueur and brandy? Sounds reasonable. Now I need to check. Bottled liqueur and brandy. Good. No joke, I just don't have a short-term memory. I didn't expect I'd be pairing my R&Ds with my farms, but there you go. That's me already invested half of the money I've made. Gotta make sure I can still pay off my own bonds, though. In a position where I could do that right now, but I'd rather have the money available. Once we have our first load of goods coming in, I can start making those booze. That booze, and then we're going to set up probably our bars everywhere. Farming training needs maxed. Good point, it needs super maxed. That's how you get quality. These guys should all have max training as well. Good. Although I don't need to do any of that. What I can do is just go to headquarters, go to HR and say, make sure that everybody has super max training. You should never not train people, in my opinion, unless you're on a real shoestring budget. Training just makes them better. It means you have to pay them more, but surely it's offset by them being better. And on top of that, if they're max level trained, the game stops taking that money, even if it's set to max. What do we have here? The Skeleton Warrior Syndicate run by Brelix. How are they doing? How typical. The Brazilian comes in and dictates that the electronic store must sell football games. It's quite the move to sell Football Manager 2018 in 1992, but I guess they were thinking ahead of the time there. Oh, Stronghold music's always a good choice. Orlov is just saying hell yes. How is Football Manager doing? Whoa, don't often see that. Full-on market share. I guess there's not a big market for video games in 1992. Well, not PC video games at least. What OS do you even go for? The GWC... Oh, I hate that. I really wanted to invest in the operating system company, but since they're private, I could not. Anybody else selling anything interesting? Those desktop computers that C-Space Echo is selling, everybody wants a PC. And my god, they are willing to pay for it. He's making himself $200 on every PC he sells. The funny thing is, everybody's competing with each other to try and sell PCs. But the real funny thing is that the factory that's making it is all C-Space's. C-Space has one wee factory here, pumping out computers as fast as they can. Should have made a bigger factory. And he dictates the price for them all as well. It is delightful and it is devilish. I can really get behind what you're doing there. Speaking of devilish, what are you trying to do making a markup? You're not allowed to mark up my products. Just make it more expensive for them. No clients here though, that's fine. Supply is easily meeting demand from the factory's point of view. The demand is slumping a little bit on my fuel there. But I think that's just a plateauing of my profits there. I don't have a problem with that as long as it's all selling. That's diesel fuel. Don't care so much about diesel fuel. Show me the gasoline fuel. Yeah, that's fine. That's going to come and go. Quality overall 17 isn't amazing. It'll get more amazing if and when I get my hands on some better quality oil. I just really hope nobody else places their fat ass on those oil reserves. I want them for myself. And I keep losing them. Where the heck are they? Here it is. Here's the oil. People are starting to take over resources. I see the L is taken up. Yeah, here we go. Oh, Doom Guy is taking over the salt. Meaning I could take that salt for the cheese, but someone needs to take over the water as well. Oh, chemical minerals are available thanks to Nick Brick. That's an interesting one, because that means, since that's in the market, I can go over and start making more gasoline products. That means I can make motor lubricant with the oil. The money I make on it might not be so hot, but at least it's more stuff to sell. And I doubt there's any competition on it right now. Alright, I can get behind that. Do we have space here for selling more things? No, I'm actually going to have to make another gas station. Or, since demand is outstripping supply, I could actually just stop selling some of this gasoline fuel and then switch it out. Yeah, since we have too much supply, I can actually stop purchasing these two, and then hopefully they'll flood through that once I make the other goods. Alright, Nick Brick, you are helping me here quite a bit. Thank you for that. I'll make a medium wee factory. Probably keep with the same design that I used before. Wish I was the mayor so I could move these roads. I'll get on that eventually. So you are going to be making that motor lubricant. Set up the factory. Make sure that we link this up with whoever will sell it to us, all suppliers. Plastic comes in from Seaport, that's not a problem. Chemical minerals comes from Nick Brick, who runs the Gunoff banner. He sells them relatively cheaply, they're just minerals. Ugh, the freight cost is pretty high, so we're going to have to jack up the prices of our... what is it again? It's lubricant, right? Yeah, motor lubricant. So that's all well and good, and of course we're still buying in Seaport oil. If I couldn't get Seaport oil anymore, I would smack down on the oil reserves here as quickly as possible. I still want to do that though, I really want to do that. So I'm going to wait a little bit for you to get some oil. Come on, make me some oil. It's taking you so long, you do have access to everything, right? There we go, now you're making some oil. This oil doesn't have to go on internal sale at all. I'm going to jack up the price and I'm going to start storing it here. So this will be input storage, output, a single line should be fine for these. And make sure that we are taking our own lubricant. And this will be on internal sale. It's alright though, it'll automatically go to internal sale. But I'm going to sell it at cost from here. Cost is just under £3. Ah, close enough. And now I'm going to try to locate you. Here we go. And I'm going to link you up instead to my own warehouse's motor lubricant. Take a little bit to flush out this gasoline that I have here, but it will go away and then we'll start selling that. Now I'm a little curious about how you get the value out of these. I just finished a YouTube video, says Tafaz, earlier today. Talk about great timing, indeed. It's my little addiction. Well, I'm not addicted, I can stop whenever. Wouldn't it be better to sell to others from the warehouse and sell to your retailer from the factory, as the warehouse delays the quality increase from research and results in your competitor getting it first with the current setup? Yeah, that's probably a better idea. Well, too bad, I'm going with this one. I don't want to scutter around with my existing setup. I also don't want to clear out stock. Should I clear stock? It's a lot of money to just waste. Do these things actually sell? They don't seem to be going through here. Utilization rate is 0 apparently. Maybe they don't use them all in unison? Ah well, out it goes. Sucks to lose the money from clearing this stock, but there you go. Yeah, that improved quality stuff goes out there eventually anyway, so it's not a big deal. Okay, let's make ourselves another... I don't know why they don't have duplicate firm here. It's right here instead. Duplicate the firm here, and now we're going to get all the remaining gasoline product guys that we can, hire them all, and tell them to start R&D on motor lubricant. I'll give them 2 years on it. I don't think anybody else is going to be getting on motor lubricant for some time, and it's a small market, so that'll give me time to get ahead in life. We're already way better than the overall average, so I don't have... Oh my god. This is good. This is why I'm really happy with buying up raw goods from my competitors. Making 1 unit of this motor oil, or motor lubricant, costs me just under $3 to do. And that's even buying in the overpriced stuff from my competitors. And I'm selling it for $1. Look at that markup. It's delicious. I'm pretty happy with that. And that's still better than what the city expects. But how do we make its quality better? They actually care about the branding on this one. Which means if I invest... Oh, right. Before I do any advertising, I want to go to... Oh, crumbs, where does it come under? Corporation... No, advertising. Advertising for silver surplus. Brand? Here we go. Let's have range brand. Corporate brand's a bit too much. Unique brand is also too much. But this is fine. This is going to work for range branding on all of these goods. Although, thinking about it, if I'm doing this way, individual would be better, wouldn't it? Ah well, doesn't matter. Point is, we're going to do some advertising on you. The best thing are the Grimsby newspapers, which I could buy out, I suppose, if I got involved in incredibly... There's a word for this. What's this word? What's the word I'm thinking of? We get involved in politics, we make it work to our corruption. If we get involved in corrupt politics, I could take over the newspapers. It is tempting. Very tempting, in fact. Anyway, let's just slam down a lot of money on this advertising. It'll take a bit for that to come into effect, but it means that we're just going to straight up be able to sell our lubricant for more money. Wow, you word real good. Brain is too full of capitalism to think about things like right words or proper counting. See, there's hundreds of millions. I need it to be billions. So, good on us. We invested our earnings quite nicely into growing the crops that we need to make some better booze, researching how to make said booze, and we were able to break into a third type of gasoline product. I'd call that a pretty big win. Well, of course I would. So as we pay this, the brand is actually going up rather uselessly on things that we don't care about, but I want to get this brand strategy in ASAP, which actually means I should probably just be super maxing all of this advertising. It's going to cost me a lot in the short term, but the sooner I get the advertising done, the sooner I get the advertising done, come on, Jake, use your words and thoughts. The sooner I'll be able to jack up the prices because people perceive it as being better quality due to the advertising. The impact of advertising, as we saw before on the gasoline, was pathetic. I'd like a better way to get to the products that I want. Would it be better to go products? Yeah, it's better to go over here. It only has a 10% impact here. People care mostly about the price when it comes to that. Too bad for them, I'm jacking that up. R&D and lubricant, way ahead of you. Diane says I got filtered by the Hearts of Iron 4 tutorial. Oh, I'm going to get filtered by Hearts of Iron 4. I'm going to start Hoi 4 streams in, I think, 2 weeks. Brace yourselves, because I'm not braced enough for it. Okay, good to see all this coming along well. Good to see the money piling up. Let's take a quick look at our competitors once again, see how they're doing. Sort them by stock price and see how they're performing. Always good to see their financial overview. The big blue blob is into internet and are doing terribly, but internet takes a wee while to start making money. When it does, it just prints money. Our friends over at Gias are making suspiciously good money. Good thing we bought in... Well, it's a bad thing we only bought 5% of them. Looking at the price here, damn, look at them. They are mooning themselves here right now. Oh man, that's some good market cap for us, but it's only going to go higher. Delhi State... Stars. I'd be interested in someone that's looking like they're going to do well and there's still plenty that I can buy from the public shareholders. But I wish I could see what their company does from here. Consumer, tech, real estate, media, financial. Oh, financial's important because that's when I can find out if they're bankers or not. I wouldn't mind being able to get my hands on a bank eventually because then I can loan money to myself. Because that's how it works. Then again, is there really any benefit to paying interest to yourself rather than just taking money from the general public and paying it to yourself? If we keep the economic state booming here, we can always make good money on banking, and we have a lot of control over keeping the economic state booming on a single city run. So I need to consider who's doing really badly when it comes to banking. So sort it by AI strategy and tell me about the 2 banks. I think there's always 2 banks. Kind of wish there were more. You can set there to be more, but sadly I did not. Okay, so the Medibay and Zunis Church. Both aren't doing too hot, but I missed the dip. I should have bought the dip. Oh, I'm going to feel the burn for not having bought the dip. That's a bit late to come into it now, isn't it? But, you know, when it's available from the public shareholders, it might be better just to get in on it. No, believe in the second dip. The second dip will happen. 100-litre lube cube when? I'm not really sure there's a demand for a 100-litre lube cube. There is more demand for my diesel fuel, though, than that I'm supplying people with. I might actually need my... I don't know. Since you're having a bit of trouble here, I'm actually going to switch you up. Stop purchasing that and instead link up with some diesel fuel. Because looking over here, we're not quite tapping the market for diesel fuel. Again, I could raise the price. My bakeries are still catching on with us there. There must be people watching who think this is the most boring thing in the world, but I love it. It's so good. I really like the fact that we can just go, right, we are selling gas, and that's what we're doing for 3 or 4 years. And it's a way forward. Can you make subsidiaries? Yes. You can create subsidiaries, you can force other companies to become your subsidiaries. I'm not big on subsidiaries unless they're doing one hyper-focused thing, like taking control of my banks or being my cheese producer. And even then, that's a bit much. I like to hold control. Not least of all because when you start building things, you're then being asked, oh, which of your 12 subsidiaries do you want to build for? It gets a bit much. And then they come moaning to you whenever they're out of money. Blah to that. Okay, looking forward to having tech for my... Ooh, right, my blueberries are here. They're just sitting in inventory for now. What needed the blueberries? It's not our motor oil lubricant, that's for sure. I need to wait for the strawberries to get on the brandy, though. I think the blueberries are just going to wait here. I can take them off of internal sale, though. Anybody can buy my blueberries, just got to make sure you pay me for them. So now blueberries are on the market. They simply haven't embraced the ANCAP wave, they're not enjoying this. I'm not going to claim to know what ANCAP is about, but it feels like something I don't want to know about. No, I'm not touching CK3 Royal Court. It doesn't change up anything meaningful in the game as far as I can tell. And that's what I really need right now. Okay, we suddenly have a big problem. The seaport no longer imports oil. Now, unfortunately, I bring in my oil directly here, so not being able to get any of it kills my production dead. Good thing we made plenty of profits while we can. We need to get on oil ourselves. Time to pump your own, exactly. Unfortunately, pumping my own, it's going to cost me $300 million. Or we could pump the slightly cheaper, crappier oil for $200 million. I'd rather go for the higher quality because it means we can charge more. Honestly, this is an opportunity. Well, actually, it would have been more of an opportunity if I'd had more money for it. But what we have to do is go to the bank. We go to... we can go to Nikki's Zionist church and say, hello, could I have, $287 million, please? And if I don't pay it back, I'll throw you out your home. The alternative is always to put out a bond. I might get a better rate on that. Yeah, I can, but I feel like bonds you have less control over, which I don't like. I can always pay off the loan nice and fast, but bonds... you can always buy back your bond, but that requires other people not to have bought them up. Not a big fan. I will actually just go to the bank and Nicky and take all his money. No point taking it for anything other than the longest period of time because there's no penalty in this game for paying things off early. The interest rate is a little frightening. The annual interest here is, well, good thing I'm making lots of money. So, wait, did that just go away? I feel like it... Oh, if you pan the map, it removes that. This game's full of jank like that, but that's okay. Now I've got 300 million, so I can go and make my... There's an extra advantage to this. Anybody else who needed oil now has to go through me. If they want the best oil, that is. So... I think I'm going to make a warehouse just for my oil so that I can get my oil from myself nice and easily as well. Natural resource, oil well. God, that's expensive. Here we go. No, Christ, don't do it like that. I don't know the best way to do extraction. Oil extraction. I think you want to just extract as much as you can, throw it into an inventory, and then put the inventory out into sales. I don't know how much of this I'm going to need right now, so let's have it like this for now, and I will expand this operation if indeed I need more oil as time goes on. Supermax are training so they can get me more oil. Grimsby. It's not coal mining, it's the oil that they're getting here. turn off internal sale. I don't mind other people buying my oil directly from my oil well, but I absolutely want to have a warehouse for it. I don't see any point in not making a large one. Oh, well, this could be a bit of a problem. This is considered a zone that you're not allowed to do industry on. Mining out RGOs is different because there's no choice in that matter, but it means I can't put down a warehouse right next to you. Which is a shame because I really want to put a warehouse right next to you. I gotta go all the way over here for that. Oh well, here's my raw goods warehouse. It's gonna start by taking the input, having warehouse storage, and then doing output purely of my own silver surplus oil. Probably going to have a lot of warehouses in this run. Become mayor and rezone, assuming that's possible. It is, but it's expensive to set up a political party and it's expensive to champion yourself for being the mayor. So I'm going to pass on that for now. Right, in comes our oil. Give it a bit to flow. Fortunately, the rest of my goods, I have a bit of a backlog in the warehouse. Where's my oil, guys? Did I link it? I'm sure I linked it. Yeah, there it is. They're just... Oh, that's because I made you an input, not an output. Whoops. There we go. It costs $62 per barrel. Isn't that more expensive than it cost me to get it off the seaport? The seaport was like $30 per barrel. Huh. Didn't realize my cheap Chinese imports were that cheap and Chinese. Okay, doesn't matter. I need to get my oil. I want it linked from my own warehouse. And I need to do that for all my factories, I believe. Yeah, because they're taking it from the oil well, which I don't want them to do. I want you to take it from the warehouse. Link warehouse. And you as well. Link from the warehouse. There we go. Problem solved to a degree. I want you on internal sale, and I want you to sell it at cost. What is the cost? Yeah, maybe I'm wrong about that one, actually. Let's see what the cost is actually for these. Okay, no, we were just looking at markup here. The pure cost of this stuff is only $26. So let's make sure it comes out of here at just about $26. Again, this is so I can keep track of just how profitable my firms really are if I move things around at cost. I'm not going to care about freighting at this point. Increase the price of the oil well. Yeah, I intend to. Once I get some clients. I don't have any clients just yet. I want to bait and switch them though. Nice, I am the oil market share. It's high quality oil though. That's going to have a good knock-on effect. The quality of my goods is going to go up, so I'll have every reason to charge more for it. It's starting to get to the point where I want a COO to handle this for me, but not quite yet. I can look at my product details. Yeah, with my brand. Yeah, my brand, my actual quality, I'm far better here, so I can actually increase the price. My competitor is forced to price match. Let's make sure that we're doing the same for diesel. Oh yeah, Christ, look at our overall quality here. It's through the roof. That means we can be charging a lot more money for it. And why would we not? I can't think of a single good reason why we would not. Still sitting on those blueberries for no good reason. I'm a little tempted to have a warehouse over here for storing my fruits as well. Just so I can do the similar thing where anybody who wants my fruits has to buy it from the farm at a high rate. What was that there? Central bank has decreased the interest rate. Ah, damn, my loans aren't looking so hot anymore. You did 2 inputs on the warehouse. I did. Input, storage, output. Oh, I did initially do 2 inputs, but I fixed that. Maybe you're watching in the past. Won't berate you that one. Alright, so this will be another warehouse, and this will be for all my fruities. Just slam it down here. It's starting to cost a lot of money, though. I hope I can make a lot of money. Wait, don't I have a setup for this? Maybe I should make one. Input, storage, output, storage, output, input, link, send link. Add that over there without defined places where it's coming from. And let's make sure make sure we're getting in what we need. Not warehouse only, but definitely my only. Bring me the blueberries. Bring me my grapes. Why am I making grapes? Why am I making grapes? How am I making grapes? Oh, jeez, I didn't set up this farm at all, did I? Did I? Why did I want grapes? Okay, it was for the brandy, I think. Yeah, grapes and strawberries and blueberries. Okay, crisis averted. I was thinking grapes? Grapes are for wine. I'm not making wine. Nor am I making sparkling wine. Okay, good, not to worry then. Grapes are not a problem. Bring in the grapes. And then when I can, bring in the barley, the oats, and the strawberries. Which means I will want another floor on here, and I can just add that in. Dunk. Lovely. Now I desperately need to make money because I'm paying a lot of my bonds, and oh Christ, my bonds are going to mature soon. Whoops. Well, thankfully I can get even more money off of Medibay and Zunist. Could always issue more bonds to cover my existing bonds, but I'd rather just have these ones paid off. January the 7th, that's about a month away. Yeah, I need a fat stack of cash. I couldn't make wine, I'd need access to cork. Unless somebody has set up a timber industry, but it doesn't look like anyone has. Right, so somebody thinks I'm selling off my oil cheaply to competitors. I'm really not. And nobody's buying it off of me anyway. I'm taking all of my own... Whoa! Supply is not meeting demand. Surely that's just because the warehouse is drinking it right now, right? Yeah, because the utilization of output is only at 9%. Yeah, I don't think that's a problem. Once my warehouse fills up, this thing's going to stop complaining about too much demand. It's damn good oil, though. I hope people actually buy it off of me so that I can make more profit that way as well. So the nice thing about the raw materials is that they just have a set quality. The oil will always be 75 quality. If I want further quality on my products, I'm going to need to do research, and I'm going to need to do advertising. Speaking of advertising, I can't shake the feeling that I have done plenty enough advertising on my goods here. Brand rating is 47 for these products. Wow, I could definitely be selling this for more. The markup is just so good. $3 to $61, $4 to $80. It's 2,000% markup, is it? Is that the right number? Something has to be. I saw something about public services. Can you do something with roads? You can build roads and you can delete roads if you're the mayor. You can also do lots of city-related stuff. You can put up city halls, public? State-owned apartments, parks, golf courses. You know, you essentially make the city. And that's really good. There's a whole layer of how good is this place to live, and that's going to affect immigration, emigration, how much people are willing to pay to live here. Schooling rates to increase literacy and all that sorts of knowledgey stuff that make them better workers. Basically any excuse to pump more money out of Joe Public. Are you going to go full Sweden or full Brazil? It's up to you. Right, we're doing great on the gasoline. that's what I like to see. Yeah, just keep doing that every 2 years. I will deny anybody from ever catching up to me on tech when it comes to anything that I produce. There's no good reason not to. Now we've got super gasoline, not just gasoline, but super gasoline. This is good and bad. It means that anybody that makes a crappy non-super plus gasoline can produce a cheaper, crapper version that's going to attract a different section of the market share. Could potentially eat into my own market share, but then I myself could be the one producing the crappy non-super plus gasoline. But I'm still going to go for the most expensive type right now. Wow, diesel fuel is more in demand than I thought. Might get a little better when these the sales clerks are promoted to a higher level. Oh no, they're already max level. Alright, so how about I stop purchasing that and I link you up with my own diesel fuel instead, just to try and offset some of that lack of demand or lack of supply for the demand. Motor oil lubricant demand not as high as I had hoped. We've already dominated the market with what we have right here, so I can stop that purchase and link you up with diesel instead. I didn't expect diesel fuel to be as in demand as it is, but it is. Lovely. More than lovely. There's a lot of corruption available in this game, especially if you get into politics, and we will be getting into politics. Notice my money just crash landed, but I suspect that's me paying off my bond. Good, but I only have a few months until my next bond. And that's demanding 60 million off of me. I don't think I can make 60 million in that time, but if I pulled myself out of Greekonomics, sure I can pull myself out of here. No clients for my fruits. It's not unexpected. Oh, probably because it's on internal sale. The oats are being sown, the barley is being sown. We'll get all that into the surplus warehouse. Still waiting on the strawberries as well. Once all of that is ready, we are going to slam hard into the booze. We are heavily in debt to the Bank of Nikki. We will just dip even deeper into debt. We will get it done. Once we have that established, we're going to have a cooling off period whilst we just generate revenue. Alternatively, we could just go deeper into debt, because we're going to have even more assets to base even more debt off of. The Joja is getting into the double diamond ring. I want to read up on that. There's a few things I want to read up on. First off is stock. Mine is kind of flatlining at 410. Better than so much of the... Oh god, Gius. Gius is doing amazing. In fact, if I sold off the stock that I had in Gius, I'd be making an almost 700% gain on it. Sadly, I only own 5% of the company. But someday I might own more. Ooh, I think people are putting out extra shares. Cerberus is looking okay. That's unfortunate, because that's it's lowering my ownage of your company. And I am looking for ownership rather than profiteering off of selling my stocks. Petan should be grateful for that. I'm losing money on Petan like nobody's business. I own 45% of them, so they're the insurance company. I should always be ready and willing to swoop in and seize these companies. Actually, I could grab this and I would own still less than 50% of the company. It's free real estate to take right now, so I think I will. Can I do the same with the Win Lobby? Yeah, I can grab 4% off the public shareholders. Surprised they're so willing to sell, but there we go. Now I'm right on the cusp of taking over these companies. Brilliant position to be in. That'll cheapen it down the line for me. Now, Joja, what are you up to? Joja is run by the Speed Racist. He's a funny guy. We actually had a punishment game in Speed Racer, and whilst the game was god-awful, it was also kind of... It was like watching a really bad movie, but so bad it's good. I had a lot of laughs at Speed Racer. I've never seen Speed Racer, but I saw the Dexter's Laboratory episode, which was a spin-off of, or a rip-off of Speed Racer. Point is, what are you doing? What's up with your desire to produce double diamond rings? Joja makes their money from selling computers, and almost entirely from selling computers. They're not even the ones that make them. Oh no, they do apparently make some of their own ones here. Everybody wants to make computers. And their computers suck. Really kind of crappy computers. Good quality though, so maybe they're selling them at... Oh, right, they're doing the cheap crap alternative computers for everybody. They're good. They're doing like the $99 laptop or whatever it is. That project failed, I believe. Still, why are you getting into diamond rings? This still bears further investigation. All things from Joja. Ah, they currently make diamond rings. Out of what? I'm not seeing anything here. This is all Caesar's oil. All from Joja. Where does Joja get in on the diamond rings? Market share is entirely in Caesar's oil and sold by cart pushers. So I don't know how they're getting in on that. What firms do you have, Joja? I love the fact that you can just stop the game and go prying into this. It feels so good. Feels good, like flicking through paper archives, if there are sickos out there who enjoy that kind of thing. Right, Joja. Come on, Jake, activate your eyes. Joja. I got entirely blind now? It's bound to happen eventually. There we go, Joja, the purple one. I don't see any mining places here, so they're not mining out diamonds at all. They just got factories going. Factories making their computers, amongst other things. Well, maybe in time they're going to pump out those double diamond rings. They had to be working on it for a reason. I believe when you research a certain quality, you unlock a new variation. Yeah, so they'll have been doing better quality of it. Just like how I unlocked the Super Plus gasoline. Which I trust we're producing now, right? Yeah, there we go. It automatically applies the new tech over there. I think we're still selling some of the old garbage here because it's stocked up in our warehouses, but once that's done, they'll be getting the new hotness. Okay, looking good, making fat stacks of cash off of it, but I don't have much time left to get rid of my stocks, my bonds. We'll get there though. How are we looking on the fruits? The next big jump I'm going to do is I'm going to take a big loan out of the bank, an even bigger loan out of the bank actually. Although selling off my own shares is an idea, it's just not an idea that I like. We could make some healthy money off of that. Your R&D of brandy, bottled liqueur, whiskey and beer are all complete. Great. Terminate the R&D and start it on 2 years now. Bottled liqueur, terminate. Bottled liqueur, 2 years. I always like to keep these things going every 2 years. It stops anybody getting a quick leapfrog off of you, yet it still gives you enough of a bonus that long-term research gives. This was the whiskey, right? Whiskey, 2 years. So you're spending more than double the time gets you more than double the results here. Then you look at these really tempting long-term ones, but 10 years? Ugh. No, not buying it. 2 years. 2 years is good after you get the initial leg up. This is mostly just my opinion though, right? I have not played enough of this game to have expert opinions on this. But I have played enough to have my opinions. Wait, why am I doing rum? I should be doing brandy. Brandy, bottled liqueur, whiskey, and beer. Those are our 4. Why not go for 10-year researches? Because I have to wait 10 years to get that better... Okay, what would happen in those 10 years? I'd be stuck at my current tech of 102, and yeah, sure, I'll eventually go to 900, but during that time, someone else could do a 2-year research and get tech level 150. And then with a little bit of advertising and good pricing, he can dominate the market share. And then he can get even better, whilst I'm still stuck on tech 102, waiting for the bigger research. You could stagger both of them though. I could have a separate R&D, also doing whiskey for 10 years to get me a big step up, whilst also getting little step ups. But then I'm paying for 2 R&D centers, and tech advantage only matters if you're better than the alternative. So if I have tech 900 and my closest competitor has tech 200, doing more technology doesn't make my product much better, but it does stop them from being able to catch up easily, and I want to ensure my market dominance on the things that I'm getting into. It's looking good on the gasoline and stuff, although I still want to get into other types of gasoline. Gasoline products. Still nobody's making sunflowers for me. We have chemical minerals but no beeswax. So I could do car shampoo and biofuel eventually. Biofuel has a decent amount of demand. Car shampoo is a very low demand, but it's all stuff you'll make money off of. Speaking of making money though, I've got a couple months to pay off some pretty hefty debts of mine. In later game, it's more worth it to have one team research for 1 year and another long term. That's what I'm getting at, Nico. You don't have to pay for 2 facilities. You can have a team of 5 and a team of 4. Yeah, but I'd rather have full facilities if I can. After a point, R&D costs are pretty much non-existent. Well, compared to the amount of money that you're making. So good, diesel fuel continues to go up. I'm actually feeling a little bit of the burn of the backlog we have in the warehouse. Look at that, we got 163,000 units of motor oil lubricant here. Whereas the stuff I'm making at the factory is immediately the better stuff, so I have to sell the crap before the new stuff comes in. Not necessarily that bad, but it's stopping me from raising prices as much as I would like to. And since it takes a bit of time for that good stuff to come in, it means I have to keep more of a hawk eye over this than I thought. So I almost certainly should have used internal sale in factory and external sale from warehouse, but it's no big deal, especially when I eventually get a COO and tell him to manually adjust the prices. Because when you hire a COO, they can just constantly keep an eye on... where can we go back to? Gasoline is good. Gasoline fuel. They can constantly keep an eye on your quality versus the average quality and adjust the prices based on what you tell them to. The problem is the COO starts demanding tons of money real fast. So who could we do for COOing actually? If I look for a candidate... Oh, we haven't actually looked at all the people available in the game, have we? We looked at the people who are in charge of companies, but there are many more. Let's see who's joined in the game with us. Get a summary of them. So we have Lieutenant Mysterious BR, Old Engineer. We know about these guys. I'm not interested in existing CEOs. Callum exists as an aggressive independent investor. Callum living the dream of having loads of money. Zingus is another independent investor. This is Christopher Robin. Motonari Mori from Sengoku Rants, Beast of a Man. Candice, oh we know about Candice. Candice of the Zunist Church. So these characters have all been submitted by people in the community. If you're looking at this going, why the hell is there's someone called Gunnar and Pepperoni? I opened the door to anyone in the community to put forward characters and I compiled them into the mod myself. Easily done. So yeah, we got Frozen Kaiser in there independently, as with Gunnar. Pepperoni, we saw you before. The Tsar is in. Ooh, Barry Burton from Resident Evil Gaiden. Lesser known, but decent enough game. Mobile one, we've seen those CEOs. Purple Tentacle is in, Super Pie is in. Reset Lemongrass is back, oddly conservative this time. Sumo Baron Von Own. Doesn't look like you have a lot of money, Baron. How does this keep happening? You don't even own your money in stocks. Where did it all go? Poor Baron. How does he do it? Right, we've got Press. Manette is in. Stone Cold Steve Austin is around. Oh, great. Fat Miner is in as well as Old Engineer. Sean Connery, Zhang He, the radar truck from Godzilla vs. the Monsters. Shawat. Oh, we also have Tyrant Leon. This is the deepest lore from Resident Evil. Leon S. Kennedy is actually a tyrant. I'm sure they're retconning that one, but I know what I saw in Resident Evil Gaiden. Scrooge McDuck, William himself, Help Me Slack. Lord Bane's in as an independent investor. I've got a lot of talent to pull from for a COO. FG's, John Lucky's here. When did Lucky start using this? I mean, I've known Lucky for a long time. I've never known him go by that avatar. Molly, Quadruple, Flying Land Duck's in. There's our good old Nugget CEO. Watto is in. Randy is in. Again, we've seen all the CEOs. Oh, but we haven't seen this guy. Archibald Vile made it in. He can't wait for me to return to Doom 2 in next week's weekly one-shot. Beatrice is in. Rombic the Cursed JJ. That's a weird ice... not ice. Is it ice? Well, a pretty weird, scary form of Mr. Mime that we had in our run of Pokemon Radical Red. Finboy Arc, Pepsi Man, Tian, the Pig, Jock Dongle. I had such a great time playing Football Manager with Jock Dongle. I just don't think I'd have a great time if I went back to it again. Pajama Sam, Rocket Racer, Kappa, Jeff, Doc Spengler, Kai Leng is in. I wonder if he's going to get in the cereal business or not. Oh, it would be good to set him up and have him on his own subsidiary that just produces cereal. Kaladin's making an appearance here with a lot more, well, a lot more fiscally hydrated than Baron Von Owen. Maria Theresa's in, using the avatar of Princess Maker. Frank West, Gook, Bass as usual, Fester, Coach, Worst Shepherd, Mossmore. We've got a lot of characters in here. Ventus, Lelouch v Britannia, but they don't own Gias. I could fix that eventually and put them in charge, we'll see. Dissident, Tandy the Angry, Orlov. I really don't like this image anymore. I thought it was just like a cute cat, and I didn't notice that that's a mouth licking the cat's face. I don't know if that's what you do for fun in Brazil, but that revulses me. Helden is in. Shame there's no voice acting for him to do here. Princess Elodie, the Maze Meister's here. Venkos is back again, we saw them before. The Rat doesn't own his own company. Unji is here. Ubin is here. Rest is here. Chris K, again, I didn't let them run very well with their company. Cao Cao and Darius, El Coro, Tia, Dale Gribble. Who had a Dale? Virtual Bart is in, TBW, Shitatsu Show, Mistress Dark, and Soup Dog. But the final ones are interesting because they're venture capitalists. They are obscenely rich. So it's at $10 billion in each of them. And they will invest that into companies that they want to invest into. Makes it pretty difficult to get the stocks back off of them, but I'll do what I can. Anyway, those are the people. Who are we going to bring in as our COO? Because I think I want a COO now. Manually doing all these pricings, starting to get a bit of a pain in the butt. I'm not actually sure I care about anything other than maybe their training ability. We need to look for expertise. Actually, we need to look at career, because then it's going to show who can be hired. And we are going to sort by... We could do it by training or by R&D. If we get R&D, we can also put them in charge of our R&D centers, but tell them they cannot change anything. I think they'll just give their bonus to that. I wish there was a bit more of an explanation on what this does. So we'll see if there's someone good with R&D. Oh, well, no, what about retail expertise? They're going to be in charge of all my stores. Why not give them retail? Again, I do not know what that does, but surely it's a good thing to have, right? Sadly, the best retail... Oh, no. Best retailer... Ooh, Doc Spengler. 100 retailer. Please hire me, says Baron. I need the work. It's a bonus to training. But training's not important. Then and why would that differ from the training expertise? I wouldn't claim to know. We could also get Venkos. We get Gunnar at 90. Lelouch at 80. I don't know, maybe Doc Spengler should be in here. I don't like that smug look of Hat Girl, though. Don't know why Doc Spengler's using that as an avatar, because it's hard to see it and not just see Hat Girl. Did she have a name? The Hat Girl from Hat in Time? God knows. Okay, it's a bonus to training level, so the firms are more effective at what they do. That is alright, isn't it? Alright, Doc Spengler, you're hired. How much do you want? An annual salary of 5% of our profits. That's a lot of money to demand. And you're only going to keep demanding more off of me, aren't you? Can we get someone else who's maybe a bit cheaper? What about someone who's absolute garbage? Like Lieutenant Mysterious BR. They're asking for a much more reasonable salary. Oh, Mysterious BR. Or Hat Girl. I don't know, in times like these we turn to chat. Do we want the useless Lieutenant Mysterious BR, survivor of the massacre at Cape Town? Or do we want the smug, highly skilled Doc Spengler hat girl? It's a difficult choice. They're both going to demand loads of money in the end anyway, but... Okay, Acronis gets in first, and they say smug hat kid. Alright, welcome aboard. $10.2 million, that's painful. Okay, I want you to have a slight preference towards market share, but I want... Slight preference towards market share. I don't really care about freight, not that you're going to change anything. Never sell below cost. Never look for better supplies, don't care about tolerance. Never look for better products. I don't care about... Well, actually, yeah. Get from own warehouses. Never change internal sale. Never manage my factories. Never change training... Actually... Never change training budget. Never do R&D projects. Never change advertising budget. Actually, it's not bad if you change advertising budget. You can manage that for me. That'd be rather nice. Yeah, because that way you won't stop overspending. Alright, there we go. Basically, you're not allowed to do much. But what you are going to do is manage the prices. So that means I will go to my gas station, and I will put you in charge of every retail store. Bada bing, bada boom. For what it's worth, should I put you in... No, I should get myself an R&D expert for taking care of R&D things. It's a little bit expensive to do that kind of stuff, but... Chief Technical Officer might be a not too shabby idea for getting my tech going better. Very expensive though, and unnecessary at this point. Okay, with that big walking smug expense, we plough forward. I'm waiting for my farms to deliver me the goods so that we can start pumping out... Okay, phew, I was worried these weren't here. These should be made at cost, by the way. What's the cost of these? Insufficient cash for bond redemption. That's alright. We can go to the bank and say... Wow, they do not want to give us much more money, do they? Can I do some refinancing here? Yeah, the loan rate is slightly cheaper right now. I'll borrow all of your money. And I will pay off the thing there. These things only cost me 6. 6 and 5, so let's make sure that the internal sale prices are way, way down. There we go. Zoo Empire has been launched. I think I'll be getting behind that. The barley's coming along, the oats are coming along, the strawberries are coming along slowly. Yeah, I'm starting to think we should have just hired the useless Lieutenant Mysterious BR, but maybe we can find another use of them down the line. Oh, I sure wish I was making more money right now, and I don't like the up and down-y thing here. So it should be that you automatically change these prices so that you just stay ahead of overall rating here. Doesn't look like you're changing anything just yet. Maybe I need to give you a bit of time. 55, 66... Oh, whoa, we got the good stuff in now. That's just it starting to come in from the gasoline fuels. We sell the old stuff, we bring in the new hotness. Works for me. I'll keep an eye on you and make sure that you're doing better later on. The central bank just raised interest rates, so I'm glad I took out my loan when I did there. I have $500 million in loan right now, though. On the plus side, though, I managed to get rid of my bonds. And I could, if I were so inclined, raise another $500 million in bonds to pay off the other debt. But I don't want to do that right now. Should probably be putting this money to use right now, or just paying off my loan. It's not doing me any good. Okay, we finally have the barley. Let's get the barley shoved into the warehouse here. Link this up with a non-warehouse load of barley. This stuff is all an internal sale, as is meant to be. This should not be on internal sale. Sell it for hefty amounts of money if anybody wants it. And then when we get the barley in here, let's make sure that it is on internal sale at cost. Cost of barley, 13 cents. This is just how much I can undercut my competitors this way. It's very cruel, but cruel is how we operate here. So if we have access to the barley, Should I wait for the oats to be ready? Should I wait for the strawberries to be ready? What I should be waiting on is the tech, but the tech is already done. So the barley means we can get our beer going. This means it's factory o'clock. A lot of people want beer in life. Let me double check my... Whoa. I wish I could disable edge scrolling on this game. Please, devs, listen to my plea for help. Disable edge scrolling. Edge scrolling is a pre-year 2000 innovation. Still, alcoholic beverages. The demand for beer is intense. I might want a mega factory here. So I can just shove it over here. No big problem. This is going to be my area anyway. Hopefully nobody infringes on it. So here we go. Your job is to make car shampoo and sell that as a drink. I think I'll avoid that. Make beer. Make lots of beer. Aluminium we have access to. Oh, but is that a seaport access? That's a problem if it is. It is not. Who's making aluminium? Well, it doesn't matter. We have to get it anyway. Yeah, set up the beer factory. Go, go, go. The barley is going to come in from the warehouse. The barley is going to come in from the warehouse. The aluminium comes in from where? All suppliers. Bullworth. Huh. Interesting. Tell me about the supplier here. So they set up Howie himself has set up a mine right here that's not very profitable because they have no clients other than themselves. But now I'm stepping in. They are actually doing a almost 100% markup on their own aluminium. That's child's play, honestly. I'd be making it 500% minimum. But their generosity is my benefit. Let's make sure we can get this coming in. And I want another warehouse. You might be noticing a pattern here with me and warehouses. This I want to just be for my fruits and stuff. I'm going to have a separate warehouse set up for all of my boozing. How many booze factories am I going to have anyway? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to give space for all the factories here and just put the warehouse at the very end. So, warehouse, large one. How big are these? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hope I didn't mess that one up. Let's bring in all of that. No, not add. Delete that. Use this one. And make sure... Well, you haven't made anything yet. Also, I haven't saved in forever. So let's make sure we're saving. Real World Longplay 003. Bang. You know, I said that Real World has too much stuff in it. I'm starting to think this is a bit exciting. I kind of like the whole gasoline, cheese, loads of booze things. If I went back to the base game and it's just... There's wine. There's snacks. I might feel a bit bummed out. Also, the base game has no built-in product diversification or specialization. You gotta mod that stuff in yourself. I might be getting won over by Real World. I didn't expect this to happen. How weak has my obstinance become? Oh, we just launched Budweiser. Okay, so, is that really an upgrade from Carling? I don't know, I'm not a beer buff, but it doesn't sound good. Sounds very, very bad. Ugh, Jake doesn't like beer. He really doesn't like beer. Still, we can go back to our own silver surplus goods, not warehouse only. Find our beer from the factory and move it on in. It does not need to be on internal sale, and we can jack up the price. Anybody wanting to buy it from our factory has to pay us $1. We make it for $7 a can, 7 cents a can. That includes the can itself. You can make more than that, putting it back in as, what do they call it here? That extra surplus charge they put on cans. PET? No. But there is a word for it. In Sweden, there's an extra charge levied on every bottle. And you can get that back if you bring it into recycling. Scotland has a similar thing, but I think it's only on glass bottles. You get a whole 20 pence in Scotland, though. You only get, I think, 1 crown in Sweden. Pant! That's right, it's pant. What was I just about to do? Bars, of course. How can we be happy without a whole load of bars? Now, I don't think the bar has a very big reach for people. it might be better to set up not bars, but it gets a specialty store demand bonus. And it just seems right to set up bars, especially over at this really expensive part of the city. It's 2x2, is it? Is that 2? Yeah, it is 2x2. Help me, eyes, where were we? It can be pretty difficult to muscle into the really good parts of town, but there's 84 consumer traffic index here. Might cost 13 million, but I'm taking this place. And we're going to have... Well, why don't I just set it up as we normally have it? Are these both the same? I think they are. Delete one of those, please. Here we go. Purchase sales on both sides. And we're going to link in our purchase of our warehouse-only beer. And we want the mega advertising, because I bet people only care about advertising when it comes to beer. We've all read that XKCD comic. No, I'll just do my part. Whoa, 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 whoa. Silver surplus, you are not allowed to change what we stock in our stores. I'm not happy with you. I specifically said you're not allowed to look for better products. Damn it all. Right. Change of plan. You're not allowed every new retail store. You're only allowed to take over when I'm done with it. Setting up the bar right next to the football field. I can't see any problems with this. What a weird looking bar. In what way does that look like a bar? Man, these people are going to their own bars. Anyway, is that peanut butter? Who goes to a bar to buy peanut butter? Anyway, we don't want that. Stop purchasing those. Sell what little rubbish you have, and don't mind me. I'm taking over this firm. Hopefully we can sell that stuff nice and quickly. Peanut butter and Budweiser must be an American bar. I can get selling like jars of peanuts, but peanut butter? No one's gonna buy our peanut butter here. Right. I'm going to jack up the price here, because we're already so much better than the city average. Whoa, wow, come on, make some whoa, bit much. People ain't going to pay that much for a beer. I mean, it's 1993, how much was beer back then? Doubt you could get away charging that much for it. Something for sale here, my own mansion. I wouldn't mind my own mansion. $10 million. I'm not here to make someone else rich. However, I would buy the land under it, though. The land under it's in a pretty keen location here. I don't have $1 million, so I'm gonna have to say forget it for now. Oh, then again, it is right next to my fuel factory. My fuel factory, which is making decent money, selling this stuff off, I think. Oh, no, my client has given up. Right, I'm gonna drop the price to try and entice a new client in. Actually, I'm gonna drop the price quite a lot. And I'll come back and check later on to see if we get any new clients. How about you? Any clients? Nope, so drop the price a bit. I want to entice people in. There we go. Oh, so what happened to the Burning Bakery's little shop here then? They're still stuck with that price agreement. Wait, but I thought you said we don't have a client. Oh, he gave up buying my fuel? Because he's just been running... Brilliant. How's your stock price looking? Not good. And all you have are two firms. 2 retail stores. One is one that I've been forcing to die on you. Oh, that's beautiful. But you also own some kind of 24/7 store? Yeah, you own this convenience store. You sell a lot of different things, but there's not that much demand for it. Maybe Nugget was really onto something with those lobsters. Alright, no, that's not Nugget's lobsters. That's Howie's from Bullworth Investments. Barman, give me something light. Here's some peanut butter. Thinking about it, I think I might have peanut butter myself. Haven't had any in ages. Right, I want Supermax advertising on my bud beers. How's the advertising on this stuff? You've killed the advertising. I did say you could set the advertising, but maybe I'm not so sure about that. Advertising is good for bringing that quality up. But look, you have changed the prices, so that's good to see. That is good to see. Okay, excellent. Anybody buying my oil right now? Nope. I'm actually going to drop the price down, see if I can't coax somebody into buying my oil. I produce plenty just with 2 extraction points, so that's okay. Gosh, I shouldn't say the word extraction point. Hunk will be on top of me. Right. That buddy beer's looking good. Hey, the strawberries and the oats are in. Right, let's bring them in. So, input, not warehouse only. Get us the raw berries. Get us the oats. And now I have everything to really build up my booze barren empire. Let's make sure that this stuff is not on internal sale, but we do jack up the price because we're not very nice. Wow, why do we charge so much for barley? I don't recall setting the price that high for barley. Can we bring that down by a lot? Oh yeah, I was killing the quality rating of it there. Make it a quid. Try and attract in some clientele. Same with that. Keep it a quid. Not on internal sale. Same with the strawberries. Strawberries are costing us only 5... No, wrong thing. Strawberries are costing us 12 cents. Again, I'll just set them to a quid. I'm trying to do a bit of entrapment here. Not on internal sale. I think this would show if I had clients though, wouldn't it? Yeah. Do berries... Oh, wow. I could sell the berries and things of their own. Ah, I can sell the excess in markets. Oh, I can make a fruit shop. Nobody will buy these, but people will buy my fruits. Right, I can set up a wee little shoppy for these. Nice, nice. Doesn't appear to be anybody taking up the market for it either, is there? Nope, right, we're getting in on that as well. Why would we not? So the strawberries come in, the oats come in. I already have everything else coming in. Let's make our factories and set ourselves up a fruit store. So, factory first. Clunk, clunk, clunk. One of them is making the brandy. One of them is making... What else am I making again? Bottled liqueur? Probably. Missing supplies. Oh yeah, missing sugar. Uh-oh. Wasn't I working on bottled liqueur? No other reason I would have had blueberries. Should I be worrying now? Maybe. Well, set up the whiskey one. Bottled liqueur needs sugar. There's no access to sugar. Sugar might have been imported previously and no longer is now. That means I need to set up my own sugar farm. Don't really want to do that. Might have to anyway. Is there really nobody else setting up sugar? Well, it would tell me if it was available, and it isn't. Alright, let's look at Farmer's Guide. Have you found an actual use for personal wealth yet? Nah. I think it's just something people like to do as the challenge is set for themselves, but I'm not excited by that. PQRS, sugar. Sugar cane gives sugar. Sowing is in August. Hey, that's now. Sweet. So if I set it up now, I might be able to get some. Factory, not factory, farm. How small is a small farm? It's a wee 2x2 one. Maybe I could just fit in like a small sugar factory and that'll be okay, but I don't know how much sugar people need. Sugar could be useful for a bunch of things. Maybe if it's dedicated to sugar, it should be fine. Can't set it here, so what is this going to be? Crop growing. This is probably overkill, but it is just a small farm. So we're going to grow lots of a sugar crop. No, not S, Jake. A then S. Sugarcane, 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 Sugar cane. I'd grow some soy just for Lucky, but I don't think he'd appreciate it. He is in this this level, though. It'd be funny if he ended up somehow involved in the soy industry. Inventory and sale. That might be overkill for a wee farm, but there you go. Alright, so a little unfortunate that I can't actually get my one of my factories going. Oh, make sure you source this from the warehouse. I can tell them to source it once the warehouse gets some in. You are getting that in, right? Maybe they're being brought in here first. No, it's not linked at all. Oh, there we go. We got the strawberries coming in. Great. So in that case, let's make sure that these strawberries and indeed the grapes are all linked to warehouse only. Because it automatically, I don't think it automatically gets it from the warehouses. Who am I getting this from? The Old Men Company are producing glass bottles. They are the only glass bottle guy. They own all the market. And they sell to a few people. I'm a little interested why Kurashev is making stuff out of glass bottles. They are making schnapps. Good thing I didn't go into the schnapps business then, because then I'd have to compete with them. Is Lucky a big fan of soy? He's more of a pumpkin spice. Poor Lucky, he doesn't deserve it, but he gets it. Oh yeah, let's make sure that training is super maxed everywhere. Oh, not apply selected, apply all. So where were we? Linked from there, link you from my warehouse, link you from my warehouse. You're already brought in, that's all okay. And then you, again, you're making the whiskey, but bring in the oats from the warehouse. Bring in the oats from the warehouse. And then, I didn't set you up for anything, did I? Because there's no point setting you up because we don't have the sugar. But when we have the sugar, we need to remember to set you up to do bottled liqueur, since we have everything else we need for it. And once these start producing, they're going to go into my booze factory and then out into my bars. Constantly spending money faster than I'm getting it, but I'm just trying to bulk up and up and up. Because even if I run horribly into debt, my assets keep increasing, and everybody loves some good assets, so they'll be happy to give me money and stuff. Quality rating is only 49 on this. Actually, only 49 is pretty good. 49 is pretty great. Right, these shouldn't be on internal sale. Should they? No, they should be going to whoever wants to buy my beer. Not sure if $1 is a good rate for it though. How much do we sell? How much do we sell our beers for? $1.81. Yeah, but I'm buying it in from the warehouse. Wait, what? Ah, no, I'm setting this for the way wrong price. Beer only costs me like 10 cents to make. And there we go. I can sell these ones for $1 on non-internalized sale. Non-internalized, wow, yeah, keep it expensive. But of course, buy it in from here. I'm looking for all the alcohol products. Does alcohol products not show up here as its own thing? Huh. That makes my life a little harder to find it. But that was the brandy, right? Looks like it. So the brandy comes in, and once it's in, we'll set its price accordingly. There we go. Just do it at cost. I forget what the cost was. It's like £2 or so. Brandy is £1.50 to make. I wonder if there's a way to change the type of money here. I'd just like to change all the dollars to pounds sterling. Or else the Queen's going to revoke my British card. Can't be having that. Shouldn't these oats be flowing in here? Yeah, definitely. Still, there's the whiskey now. The whiskey, also not an internal sale. Make all those chumps pay 27. Make them pay a cool 30 quid for it. 477. So let's bring you in here as well. Link up our whiskey. I don't need to scroll through here. I can type whiskey in and I'll find it, but there's problems with that in its own way. Alright, there we go. So to see. And again, sell it at cost, which was what, a $5? Yeah. Alright, sweet. Now that we have our booze in, with the exception of what we're waiting on our sugar for. And the sugar won't take too long because I noticed that right on the sowing month. We can go back over to our bar. Let's not forget we need to go to our set up our fruit store as well. Nobody wants our bloody peanut butter. Just get that stuff out of here. Link this up instead with warehouse levels of brandy and whiskey. Is there any advertising going on here anymore? It's probably a mistake to let you handle the advertising. What I can do is advertising for my warehouses. Warehouses run a loss anyway, so it's probably better to do advertising here than over at my retail stores. But I haven't checked how advertising affects these goods, so there's a bit of a variance in these. Sparkling wine, for example, they care about the material. It's probably a thing about wine, right? When it comes to beer, it's 50-50. With brandy, they care entirely about the strawberries and grapes and bottles. Barely anything for the tech. Still need to keep ahead in tech, though. What's this? Cannot acquire tech. That's fine. We are the top dollar here. Okay, so tech doesn't matter so much. Raw materials certainly do. I can't control the glass bottles, but I can control the stuff that we farm. And we're working on getting experience up, and experience means better quality. Lovely. But that didn't answer the real question I had. The real question was how much do they care about the advertising? Brand matters for over 1/3 of the beer. What about the other goods? That was just on beer. What about the other one? What about whiskey? Wheat whiskey. Oh, Capitalism Labs is already buying the whiskey from me. It's good quality. Wow, it's all in the branding. Okay, well, I've learned everything I need to know. We are going hard on advertising our booze. We could do it on the video sharing website, but I don't want to give... I really just don't want to give my... words, Jake, you can do it. I don't want to give my money to my competitors when it comes to advertising. I would rather take over advertising myself. How much do people care about the advertising of fruit? Surprisingly high amount, actually. Might as well just get in on the advertising. Spend massive amounts, millions of dollars advertising our... Oh, don't advertise oats. Christ, there's no point. Nobody cares about oats. Can't be sold in stores, oats and barley, but the fruits can. I don't think I'm going to see much of a benefit on that, but there should be a bit of persistence on the brand that I get out of it. Now let's set up our fruit store. Hopefully it's a small one. Yeah, fruit shop's nice and small. I just set it up right next to the bar. I'll do a similar thing that we had here. Use that. And purchase in our blueberries, our grapes, and our strawberries. I don't think this is going to go particularly well in terms of being profitable, but at least we're in there. Okay, what was it we found that we had a customer for? I think it was whiskey. Yeah, oh wow, people like our booze. Are they taking the other stuff? They are, right. Sorry. I don't give credit to insolvent fools. They want my booze, they pay me for my booze. There we go. Nice. Plenty of demand for it, and they're going to be paying me. Meanwhile, my stuff is set to internal sale at pretty much cost. And did I actually add them to my boozery? Where's my boozery? I certainly did. Oh yeah. Not huge demand for it yet, but I'm sure demand will grow. And now I can tell Doc Spangler to take over this firm, and Doc Spangler will automatically adjust prices. So for example, I'm selling my beers for, you're changing the advertising. Tell you what, I'm just gonna kill the advertising here. Stop linkage, stop advertising from here. I will handle the advertising personally from the warehouses. Jake, is that someone else's bar on the other side of the stadium to your bar? The bastards. Damn it, Special Tactics and Rescue. Giant nerd Carter's cramping my style here. Fortunately, I have significantly better consumer traffic index, and he's going to be forced to price at my price agreement, so he should be making a loss here. Well, wow. Who walks into a bar and pays $14 for some peanut butter? Well, actually, come on, we've all been there, in the bar, just desperate for something that you know you're not going to get in a bar, thinking you'll pay anything for it. And maybe for you, some days that's peanut butter. The local competition for peanut butter is crap, but it's just cracking me up that he even has to do this. It means that he's forced to price at the same price I put mine at. I just need to make sure that he's paying way too much for it so he doesn't really make much of a profit. I want to make sure it's still somewhat profitable for them, however, because otherwise they're not going to buy any of my stuff. Yeah, keep that markup low, but keep it existent. Ah, someone's getting in on the cheese, and it's banner. That means water is available. Well, that doesn't mean it. They might have just done research without access to water. Nope, we see it. Somebody's taking over water. There it is. Freaking Nick Brick. There's a massive amount of demand for water, apparently. Although I don't know if that's just going into his warehouse. Now it's going into his own cheese factory. The Shekel Master is also making cheese. Bit of a shame. I wanted to get on the cheese myself, but oh well. Nothing better than a jar of peanut butter after you're hammered with booze. Actually, in Aberdeen, it was more the case of you head on down to the bakery. There was a bakery that, you know, through the day is going to sell their goods to passerby, but they reopen at, I think, like 11 p.m. or 2 a.m., something like that. And no matter what's going on out in the streets, right, it's all put behind you when you step into the bakery, because everybody is there for one thing: grease. And I may have stepped in there a time or two to get my hands on usually a macaroni pie. Oh man, nothing quite like a macaroni pie. Horrible, disgusting, greasy. You feel it immediately go into your hips. You know you're going to regret it. You taste it for weeks afterwards, but at that moment, oh, the macaroni pie. I can feel Dark Young salivating through the screen there. He knows what I'm about. Right, I am making a horrific loss in my fruit shop. Maybe because I'm not pricing well. Oh, I'm definitely not pricing well. These strawberries aren't coming in from the right place. No, they are coming in from the right place. Right? Yeah, it's coming in from my warehouse. Why is my warehouse selling them at such a high price? I think I did it the wrong way around. I think I set the warehouse to sell at a high price. Or maybe I just didn't set it for the strawberries. Whatever the case, we sell at cost from the warehouse. Got that? And strawberries can't cost that much to make. Strawberries cost about 12, so there we go. Even so, I'm not sure this fruit shop's a great idea. Nobody seems to want my fruits. Of course they don't want them. My level of quality doesn't beat the city average. And there's actually competition. Tell me, are other people buying my strawberries? They are. Ho, 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 ho. Shouldn't have told me that. My strawberries just went up in price. Nice. Now that things are set up here, though, I don't want to micro these prices, so that's something for Doc Spangler to earn their wage on. Oh, they set up advertising. Can I tell you not to handle advertising anymore? Don't want you doing my advertising. Where's the advertising thing? Stop the linkage. Oh god, what if you're doing advertising in my other places? Stop the linkage. No, Doc Spengler handling advertising, bad idea. So, all things considered, we've been in here for about 3.5 years. All we've really set up are, what, 2 petrol stations, a fruit shop and a bar. But we're making the big bucks. We chose our fights and they were good fights for us. Spengler, stop. These goods are selling, and they're selling well. Hopefully, we end up being the best operational profit around. We are damn good, but, oh, Sekotai is back. Sekotai and Telecom. Telecom's really taken off. That's a shame. I'd really love to fight against the telecom companies. Are there other players, also players or AIs? This game does not have multiplayer. The Capitalism 2 original that it's based off of does have multiplayer, but this does not. So you're out of luck if you want to play this with other people. Hang on, the demand for strawberries is that high? How is that possible? Who's buying all the strawberries? Well, I mean, I'm buying all the strawberries, but the factory as well, I suppose. Hopefully the factory is getting priority on that one. Shopping Marathon. Since it's GWC publishing that, I'm going to assume that's a program. Tell me more about Shopping Marathon GWC. Corporate details. There's GWC near the top as usual. You must have done that in one of your software companies. Which one? Software company for GWC. Again, we can look into this in as much detail as we want. GWC is the East Indian Trading Company, right? Come on, eyes, help me out here. Chartered. C for Chartered. Chartered West India. There we go. So I can check between. Here we go. It's a casual game that they're producing here. They got the manager, they got the programmer, they got the tech, more tech. Working on their casual game engine. How much money is in this sort of stuff? Products, all from everybody that's software. Millions, 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 and the millions they make from computer operating systems. And the idea that everybody else has to go through that is painful. Looking at stuff that I make, some of my stuff is worth the good money. Oh god, especially the fuel. The oats are apparently worth the mega millions. How is that possible? Who's buying my oats? I guess it's me buying the oats from myself, but still. Couldn't resist the capitalism? Hey, it was in the schedule. It's not like I threw anything out to make this possible. Whoa, again, another problem. I'm selling my oats to myself at way too high a rate. They can't be that expensive to make. Need to keep a hawk eye on that. Gotta make sure that I'm doing my internal sales at cost. Looks like I am, though. Oh, look at that market domination! Yeah, everybody loves my whiskey. They love it too much. Look at that. Somebody else is getting in on it. Who is that? We should know that color. We need to go to our whiskey place, check the clients. There we go. Bulworth is selling our whiskey, and they're barely making any markup on it. And again, that money just flows straight into our coffers. I'm going to inch that price up just a little bit more. Just enough to make them realize that they're making a profit. But, you know how it is. You know how it is. A little more. There we go. Gotta make sure that money's flowing back to me. I don't mind these people getting a bit of market share. They're getting that market share with my product. I will get it back. I don't mind Stars selling it at that price. Still a bit more markup than I'd like. Let's increase that price a wee touch. Man, capitalism is disgusting, says UTC globally. It's just so good, isn't it? It's good to see that the Brazilians are being forced to put their own stuff up for sale here. How much are you going to charge a supermarket? $17 million dues. what I need to consider is it actually worth it for the land itself? Land in this area would cost... Nah, that's not worth it. I could probably lowball them down by about 10%, but that's still not worth it. Alright, well I like what I see, especially my own profit margins. What I'm not so happy about is the fruit shop not performing so well. Didn't think I'd have such a fight on my hands when it comes to strawberries. I'm going to check on my spreadsheet the demand for fruits. The demand for fruit like strawberries is actually pretty high. It's about as much as it is for wine. And yet people don't want to buy my fruit. Maybe I just need to let a little bit of time pass. Ooh, mansion for sale? So tempted. I think ultra hard mode would be mansions only. The only thing you can do is profiteer on mansions. You'd have to have one hell of a win condition for that, because I have no idea how you do it. There's a lot of demand for whiskey. Who would have thought? We're going to buy in some more, and we're going to sell some more. Whoa, let's pause before Doc Spengler gets any ideas. No, I'm the one who says you're buying in whiskey. You don't get to make calls. Turn off the corp, turn off all of that, get back to it. There isn't enough corruption in this run. When we're taking over the government, when we have billions, we'll take over government. It costs a good 100 million to get your foot in the door, and I'd rather currently be investing that money in myself. We're still waiting for our sugar to be ready, and once the sugar is ready, it's getting there, we'll be starting up our next factory. Sadly, those factories wasting money, wasting way too much money because it's not in operation. Yeah, I got plenty of booze for people, that's okay. Maybe I'm not making enough strawberries. There's no strawberries in here for people, maybe that's the problem. Yeah, well, I'm actually out of strawberries. Which is probably going to be a problem for you. Well, you've already filled yourself up with it. Right? Wait, what's the hold up here? Oh, there's just no real demand for brandy right now? This is brandy, right? Yeah. Maybe I've made the price of brandy a little too high. Let's drop it down so other people are tempted to buy it. I guess it's just that the demand for brandy is so low. Let me consult with my list. Oh yeah, the brandy demand is 1. The beer demand is 16. So I think making a massive factory for brandy was a mistake. I could have just made a tiny one. Whiskey demand is 2.2. Again, I made factories that are too big. I need to keep that in mind for the future. If there's not a huge amount of demand for it, don't have a massive factory. It's just going to cost me. What about the liqueurs? Bottled liqueur is 1.7 demand, not very high. So yeah, having these big factories was a mistake in a lot of ways. Still, shrug a bug. Plaster the entire city in mansions. How are you going to get the money for that if your only money is made through mansions? Riddle me that. Hey, look at that, strawberries coming in, profit going up. People starting to understand how good my fruits are. And Spengler is adjusting those prices. Look at that! Who pays 5 quid for a punnet? Suddenly remembering that I went down to market 2 days ago and they were selling punnets of strawberries for 80 kroner. That is about 6 quid sterling. Maybe like 9 freedom dollars, I don't know. No, it wasn't even a kilo. Maybe like 500 grams of strawberries. Expensive stuff. He hates to think it. Okay. Silver Surplus owns a fruit... Yeah, I get that. Salt discovered near Grimsby. I wish I could stop it spawning new resources because the existing ones never run out. But that doesn't overwrite the game's thinking of, oh, too many resources are controlled, we'll spawn more. There is a way to stop spawning of resources though, and that's to own the entire map. Well, it's not the end of the world. Still would like to find a way to turn it off. Alright, good to see this being profitable. Not good to see a loss there, but I think that was just my initial loan payment. I'm not making the Omega money that I'd like here, though. Are we getting that sugar in yet? Come on, come on. Harvested in April, then I can get my next industry going. Alright, after this, the question will be, what do we go into next? Whoa, demand for diesel is far more than you're producing. You're manufacturing and selling it as fast as you can. Yeah, these are all on 100%, but the demand for that is high. Do you have clients? No, I'm the only client. Am I not able to sell enough? Oh, that's what I like to see. Too much demand for diesel fuel means it's time for another wee factory. I think just a small one would do, right? Well, let's duplicate this firm right about here. And since it's just a straight up duplication, I shouldn't have to fix anything. You're still going to take this from warehouses, you're still going to have that. Oh, but what I need to do is make sure that it's brought in to the warehouse, which means the warehouse itself needs a second thing that brings in diesel fuel and plops it out. So you need another input, storage, output, but this input needs to make sure that it comes in from warehouse S, the factory 8. Silver surplus factory 8. And I think it's still going to go by the same prices that I have here. And you hopefully are still going to have the same prices that I have over here, which is, yeah, excellent. Excellent. Music seems yeah, we've cranked down the music a fair few times. We'll bring it down a bit more. I think it's just because there's so many different songs playing at different volumes. I wish there were inbuilt normalizers for music players, and maybe there is. I'm not enough of an audiophile to know. Right, come on, I want my sugar. My sweet, sweet sugar. Gas seems to be the way to go. Yeah, gas is working well for me, but I'm sure we could have worked out similarly well by going on to something else. Gas was advantageous to me because we had access to oil here. But looking at it, we have access to CPUs, electrical components, glass. We still got DVDs and paper. I could have gotten into making programs with DVDs and paper. Selling it in brick and mortar. Could have used something with plastic and steel. I think we even had the makings to do some really high value electronic devices. Just had to make a call, and I like the look of doing gas because gas is something that's new to the mod. To be fair, there's a lot in the mod. Much of it is new. Okay, R&D continues to go well. More timber has appeared. Ooh, does that mean someone's producing timber? Because if they are... Yeah, Speed Racist has a logging camp that's producing quality 85 timber. If I bought that off of him, I could make corks and use my grapes, which hopefully I have plenty of. Yeah, I could actually get in on the wine as well. The demand for red and white wine is pretty high. I think we'll get on that. No good reason not to. Manufacturers Guild for Alcoholic Beverages tells me I just need those corks. So if I have a big old cork factory... Actually, you know what? I could take this and make this my cork factory. God knows how many corks a man needs, but I'm going to have 2 factories that want them, so let's do it. Set up a ginormous cork factory. That seems ridiculous. Nobody needs a giant cork factory. Something seems very wrong about this. Can I look at the scale of production here for it? I love how cork was used for heat shields before. Really? Cork doesn't strike me as being particularly good for dissipating heat, but it's one of those things I could well be wrong at. I would like to know more about the scale of production here, but I'm not seeing it, so screw it. Let's just set up our cork factory. Make sure you get that timber from anyone who sells. Joja. Oh, hang on. Don't I like Joja? Didn't I buy into Joja? Might be useful. Yeah, so we're buying in all that to make ourselves some corks. And And once we have some corks, we'll be sure to shove it in the warehouse, as we do. Alright, excellent. Here come the cork. It's going for under $50, so let's make sure we have input of our own personal, and I can just type this in, personal. Corks come in. It's a shame you have to wait for it to actually be in here for it to appear there, then I can click on it and make sure that that is internally sold. I don't think anybody's really going to want my corks. But you just don't know, do you? Just make sure other people have to buy it at a premium. And now we can set up our factories. Mega factories seem like too much. Medium factories don't seem like enough for the wine though. How are we doing on... I don't know, maybe we're fine with medium factories. Maybe I've gone overboard on the mega factories. Do some medium ones. It's easy enough to duplicate if medium is not aggressive enough. So I'll do you, and you are going to make me the... See, once we have things set up, it's pretty easy to set up new factories for things. Plenty of grapes, make us some... Wait, what about sparkling wine? I could make even sparkling wine. Sparkling wine has a demand of 3.2, so it's even less. A small one will do for sparkling wine. We'll do medium ones for white and red. So, factory, go. Just make sure that you source your cork from the warehouse. In fact, source everything that I can from the warehouses. I don't think it sources from multiple places. Alright, you can keep clicking on that. It's good to know. Right, as for you, what was this one making? I forgot. This one makes something else though. Red wine. Red wine here, and again, source the cork. And once again, there's no good reason for me to be making my own glass bottles. Someone else does it, they're not fleecing me on it. Fine. Factory, a wee factory here. And this wee factory makes the sparkling wine. And once again, link up the cork, link up the grapes to make sure it comes in from the factories, the warehouses rather. And just double checking, although I shouldn't have to. Yeah, ooh, somebody does want to buy up these, that's good. How's the grapes looking then? You're the one with all the grapes, selling them at good prices. Joja needs them to make his raisins. That's hilarious because he doesn't get much markup on that and he is forced to buy mine. Well, you know, if you're forced to buy it, I see little reason that we can't have a little invisible hand of the market coming into play. You now charged $1.65 for my grapes. I don't need to set the glass bottle supplier, it'll automatically get that. So, just like that, we'll have the vino coming in. Still waiting on my sugar. Alright, you've sourced your glass bottle. You've sourced your glass bottle. You're manufacturing that wine, and there we go. We've got red wine, we've got white wine, and we've got sparkling wine. Excelente. And no need for internal sale, but do fleece anybody that wants it. No need for internal sale, be sure to fleece. Fleece a little harder. And no need for internal sale, but fleece. If you're gonna fleece, fleece hard. I need a new floor here to just get in the wine itself. And again, we can link these up, not warehouse. It's all wine types. Red and sparkling and white. And in it comes. Now we're just waiting for that sugar to be ready. And once the sugar is ready, it's time to make our one last thing. And I've managed to forget what it was, but I think it was bottled liqueur. Oh, I didn't expect to be getting on my wine so early, and my wine tech is not good. So, set ourselves up an R&D center. Why did I not save this? Can I save this? Good, I can. Do we still have alcoholic beverage people to hire? Enough of them. Not amazingly skilled, but we'll take them. Start R&D on red wine for 1 year, please. And let's use the hidden duplication button to make ourselves 2 more of them. Let's get ourselves another team. And you're going to do sparkling wine for a year. And one more team, and they're going to handle white wine. So it's just rum, schnapps, vermouth, vodka, lemon that I'm not getting into when it comes to alcohol. And maybe I will eventually, but for now the goods weren't available. Maybe they are available now. We should look into that. There's no good reason not to dominate the market you're in before moving on. If you've got everything set up for part of the market, you probably have what you need to get much of the way for the rest of it. Rum would need cocoa and sugar, but I'm almost on sugar. There is access for peaches, but someone else is getting on schnapps. Kruskayev is already 21% of the market share. Fighting against that might not be advantageous. Oh, you can take white wine to make vermouth. I did not know what vermouth is, and I still don't. Vermouth is a little tempting. It'll create a demand for my white wine, but I need herbs. I need herbs and just herbs, actually. I can do schnapps and vermouth. I think I'll get on that, actually. No good reason not to, right? 2 more R&D centers. Going a bit crazy with the R&D here, but that's okay. Just buying up all the team members for this. So it was a vermouth for a year. And once that's done, I'll set it to 2 yearly. I just want an initial leg up on this one. And do similar for... what was it again? Schnapps? Probably schnapps. Very good. Okay. But that means I need herbs. I don't even know where herbs come from. Farmer guide, tell me about herbs. H for herbs. Sown in April. Oh, that's in 2 days. Sweet. Right, we can get straight on that. I doubt we need a lot of them, so I'm just going to make myself a little farm. And this farm is going to make herbs. I guess I'll just kind of follow this thing since it's a small one. So, whoa, no, not advertising. Crop growing. C, Linky. I should have actually just copied over the other farm and just changed the crop type. Well, my mistake. I'll link these up like so. When I first saw this interface, I was so confused. I thought, what am I looking at here? But it's devilishly simple. I like it. Inventory it here. Sales, and we're making sure that we're doing herbs. H for herbs. A, H, select. A, H, select. A, H, select. A, H, select. Again, what I should be doing is making saves of these, because you can blueprint these. I just don't have my blueprints for whatever reason. It's not a big deal to make them again, though. What a horrible looking factory for making wine. Still, the warehouse is drinking it all up. I need to make sure the warehouse sells it at cost. Cost for my wine is 40 cents. Do not tell wine drinkers this, they will... it'll be day of the rope for them. 40 cents for what? I can't even get it down there. Of course, these ones are all on the internal sale. Okay. Oh, and they should absolutely be being advertised. Want all the branding I can get on my booze here. Okay, and then I'm gonna go right back to my bar. My bar needs, well, it already got another floor. It's gonna need another other floor at this rate. I'll use the top one for just vino. Add this in. No, not add. It's not add, it's use. Let's link you up with our warehouses of wine. Red wine, and sparkling wine, and white wine. Might not be enough. The demand might be so much that I can't sell it from Doc Spengler's bar alone, but there we go. You know, Doc Spengler's bar has a ring to it. We can rename you, but I won't. Just realized it'll screw with the existing naming convention. By the way, do we know where Henry of Scallops and his lovely smile is? He hasn't spawned in this run. That's not to say he won't spawn. If other characters go away, other new ones will come in. Same with companies. But he's not here for now. Okay. Very curious if anybody's going to be a client for these. I wish there was an easier way to see who your clients are. Okay, we have sugar. Excellent. I'm going to need another floor in my warehouse. Thank God they added this floor stuff. Input, storage, output. Just use the whole thing. Link this up with the sugar. Not warehouse only. Sugar comes in. The sugar doesn't need to be on internal sale as usual. Hang on, what's this? Do we have someone else that's actually on the sugar market? Oh, damn you, Old Men Company. Old Men Company have quality 100 sugar in the market. I should just be buying that. But it's too late, it's become a sugar war. Let's make sure we have max training set everywhere. And see about taking on the old men. Did Baron regain his money? Oh god, how is Baron doing? Person's name... Well, he has gained a bit more total wealth. My question is, where does he have that total wealth? He bought himself a mansion. He couldn't get anything else to work, so he just bought himself a mansion. 1993. March 1993 builds himself a mansion. What's his score? It's not great. He does have expertise, though. Oh, he's actually very good at beverage. That adds a bonus in some way, but I keep forgetting what the bonus is. Doesn't matter though, can't be that important. Right, the sugar wars are on. I need to have better quality sugar. If my quality is 30 and my competitor is 100, that's a big problem for me. The nice thing is though, quality only goes up to 100. There it maxes out, so I just need to be the better sugar man. Unfortunately... demand for sugar is just so high because of the warehouse. But since I finally have my sugar, I can set up my liqueur factory. Now liqueur demand is quite low, so I reckon just a small factory will do here. I didn't set up the liqueur before, right? I'm certain I didn't. I'm sure I'd remember that. Just make sure to source this appropriately. From warehouses, that is. Okay. And that needs to be sold at cost. Internally. Sugar can't be that expensive. How expensive is this blessed sugar? 3 cents. How much is 1 unit of sugar here? A pound of sugar. A pound of sugar. 2.2 pounds to a kilo. Imagine paying 3 pence for a bag of sugar. Crivens almighty. The world is broken. Can't stop thinking about that macaroni pie. I might see if I can make my own. Macaroni is easy to make. The pie should also be easy to make. It's just a thin crust pastry. Right, that's going to be my project this week. Make my own macaroni pie. Hey, we managed to make gin. Well, good job us. That'll be our liqueur, right? Yeah, there we go. Bottled liqueur of gin is in. I need that gin coming into my warehouse. Feel like... well, whatever. On comes a new area for it. Use that. And in comes my gin. Gordon's. Makes you wonder if 100 quality sugar is just regular perfect sugar. What's in 30 quality sugar? Pebbles? I don't know, you open up the bag, it's full of ants, it's full of stones and twigs. Could be anything wrong with it. Oh yeah, I absolutely want to be advertising the socks off of my stuff here. But what's the price of this? What? How is the cost of my gin only 11 cents to make? That's kind of terrifying. Anyway, it's not on internal sale. Never should be. I got anything else accidentally on internal sale? This should be on internal sale at cost. How is it so cheap? I guess it's because I'm making everything that goes into it, right? Except the bottle, of course. I have to get some gin. I got some gin here. I got Henrik's gin. I'd like to have some slow gin, but I don't think Sweden understands what slow gin is. I haven't had any luck in finding any good stuff. Right, once the herbs come in, we'll be able to make the last booze that I'm interested in. For now, though, we need to make sure that Doc Spengler's bar is selling everything I've got. Can I actually put this in without screwing everything up? It's probably going to empty these of the goods, and I don't want to empty it out. So, purchase, purchase, sale, 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 sale. Stronghold soundtrack goes so well with this. Link this up with my warehoused bottled liqueur, and the last one's going to be for my Verdun, right? That's a problem, actually. I don't want... I'm just going to get rid of it so that Doc Spengler doesn't put something else in there that I don't want. Alright, profit's growing. Not as much as I'd like it to, but I am doing a lot of expenditure on all of this. Everything here, almost everything here runs a loss. The farms don't run a loss, even if they sell here, but it's even better if they sell to clients. Nice. So much demand for these. Joja want my grapes. Yeah, might be a problem. I don't grow enough grapes. I might need another farm for it. Especially given all of my wine. Might not be a bad idea to have a designated grape farm. I'm growing strawberries right now. You grow in July. Maybe I'll switch this out for more strawberries right now, since there's a lot of demand for strawberries. Yep, and I'll have a designated farm for the others. So you grow strawberries, and now we will make ourselves another farm. A large farm? Yeah, everybody loves grapes. I should have copied something over here. Oh well, no biggie. I know what I'll do. I have a decent idea. Crop growing, crop growing, crop growing, crop growing, crop growing, crop growing. Inventory. Sale, sale. Link, link. Send link. And before I do anything else, let's make sure we add this so I can use it later on. All my other farms are working that way, right? Well, the ones that produce lots of one thing. Good. Good. That's a factory, and that's a farm. And you're not ready yet, so that's not a big deal. Someone else is buying my sugar. What are you up to, Khrushchev? You're trying to make your schnapps with my sugar. This will not stand. And I can go back to the supplier. It's funny that you're buying my cheap crap sugar instead of the quality 100 sugar that exists. But that's not going to stop me from fleecing you. My sugar's worth at least that much to you. Oh god, maybe not. The overall rating went way low. I'd rather actually be able to sell it than not. Still, the demand for sugar is sky high. It might just be because my own warehouse is filling up, though. I think that's it. Doesn't change this, though. So, let's not connect that. What was I growing here again? Probably grapes. 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 Oh, I'm so hungry for grapefruit, having seen this. Ah. You know how good it feels to be playing this game? Exceptionally good. In fact, it feels so good right now that I want to share this game with people. Once I set up my grapes here. If you're watching this and thinking, man, I kind of want to play this game as well, then I'm going to give you some copies of the game. Why the hell not? Take an intermission for this. If you're in the chat and you want this game, just shout out and I will throw in a key for you. If I can find my keys, where are they? Excellente. So, this is not a game on Steam or anything like that. Capitalism Lab have their own website for these. So, No More wants one. Here's a copy of the game. And Hoofdud wants it. Here's a copy of the game, Hoofdud. You better be fast, right? I'm not dossing around. If other people claim it ahead of you, then too bad. Uranium wants one. There you go, Uranium. And Nilko wants one. There you go. And Deadrak would like one. There we go. Did I miss anybody? I'm certain I did. I'm sure I did. Strudel's in there wanting a copy. And little Nez wants one. There you go. Grab it now or forever hold your peace. Don't worry, this is not some kind of incredible altruism from me. The CapLab people actually reached out and said, hey, do you want some copies of the game to give away? Sure, absolutely. More people that enjoy the game, the more you drive a demand for something like this. And this game's all about supply and demand. Can only be good, right? Alright, could you toss me a bottle of Ardbeg? Do I have Ardbeg? I actually think I do. Nick's got me a bottle of Ardbeg, didn't he? I seem to recall him doing that. Very generous man, Nick's. Okay, great. Those grapes will be ready soon enough. I will need more space here for the grapes, but I'll get on that. Alright, lovely. Better than lovely. It's not half bad. Am I still waiting on anything? I'm just waiting on my herbs, and then I'll get my next batch of booze out. My profit isn't going up as much as I'd like it to, considering I'm introducing so many new goods. Let's take a moment to investigate why. So, I realize I haven't really explained what I'm looking at it here, because you might see a bunch of bars and graphs and be like, what? If you go in here, you will see a yellow bar. That is the supply. The orange is the demand. So, as you can see, I'm bringing in plenty of brandy, easily meeting demand. No further action needed unless I wanted to be really efficient and only produce what people needed. Don't care. This pie chart shows the market share. As we can see, about 2/3 of the market is drinking my brandy. The reason I'm not selling to this last batch is because these are going to be people who are interested in getting cheap brandy. I don't sell my brandy for cheap. I could get them by lowering this price or by making a second type of brandy that is much cheaper. But then people would buy that instead of this unless it was also lower quality. I don't see the point in getting into that until I want to squeeze every penny, so we'll leave it be. I can't... Oh god, someone's getting onto my beer. What is this all about? Right, who's our competitor on beer? Okay, it's just Stars. And that's okay because Stars are barely making any money off of that. But they are making a slight bit of money that could be my money. This will not stand. I'm going to make him pay even more for my beer. Very little markup for you. Okay, but we saw some actionable stuff there. Why did he have to build a bar right there? We can see that the wine, all the wines, there is far more demand than I'm able to put out for them here. Now the question is that because of lack of production, or is the choke point just selling it here? So we can go and look at the red wine sales. The red wine sales are working flat out. Purchasing is working flat out. So it is not a production issue, it is a throughput issue here. It's so bad that I actually needed a bar. I wouldn't really call that bad, but I do need a bar. I'm going to check for another good place to put a bar. Apparently there's a huge amount of consumer index here. So we're going to set up another bar. 60 consumer index here. I would love it if this was easier to read on the map, but I've said that before. I'll probably continue to say it again. 60 over here. Ooh, 75. Ooh, I love coming here. Business is going very well. Don't think I'll do better than 75. So where are we? Right next to the grade school. There we go. Let's get them hooked early. So let's... I'm starting to wish this was the first one on my list here. Let's use this here, and let's get enough wine for all those grade schoolers. We don't use the terminology grade school in Scotland. What age range is a grade school? We'd say primary school, and even now I can't remember that. I went to a primary school. How old was I? Christ, I don't know. Forgotten most things about school by now. Point is, whoever these youngsters are, they now get to enjoy red wine, sparkling wine, and white wine. And I can also use this to put over some of the other goods that are high in demand. But we've met the demand on everything else. I'm going to quickly check in on the fuel. Doc Spengler wants a salary rise. That's a modest one. I'll give it to him. Thank you very much. Don't know if I got my key, but I got one, says Strudel. Good job. Okay, there's really healthy demand for the fuel. More so for the diesel fuel. I'm actually surprised at that. I could probably get away with setting up another diesel fuel place, but again, let's make sure that it's not a production issue. Ah, well, that's part of the production problem. I didn't link you up. Funny, I thought I linked you up. I even remember linking you up, but doesn't change the fact that I'm wrong. That might be enough to solve the issue. We will see. How about our fruit store? People keep coming in and being very unhappy that there are no strawberries. Sorry, it's just not strawberry season. This place is making me a profit, not a lot of it, but the nice thing is it's also going to be profitable for my farm. Oh god, overall rating 4. Nobody wants these strawberries. Nobody but everybody wants these strawberries. Let's take a moment to take a look at the map. Remember, there are 22... Well, there actually might be more than 22 companies crammed in here. When we played this before, we had 4 different cities that people could grow in. Now we just have this one, and it's already getting a bit tight. It'll get a lot tighter, to the point where I'm really tempted to buy out land. Just a nice big chunk of land so that other people can't build there and it's mine. But we'll see if we can get there yet. Okay. Don't worry, if you didn't get a key there, I will do another giveaway at the end. If you can remind me to, I might forget. I will forget. Have I got my herbs yet? Herbs are what I'm waiting on, and then it's time to enter a new market. Alright, the herbs will be done in July, so we've got another couple months to go before we're good. Sugar demand is sky bloomin' high. I'm the one that's demanding all my sugar, though. These mega factories were way too much. I'm glad to see this, though. Is that because of the warehouse taking it all? Yeah, that's just the warehouse slurping down all the... Wait, what? Something's wrong here. Did I put my wine in the warehouse? I did. I'm just havering myself here for no good reason. I actually think I need a lot more wine coming in here. Just trying to check and see where I have my production issues here. Might be lack of grapes. Because the manufacturing's working flat out here. And oh, there's a lot of grapes needed anyway. I actually think that the factories weren't enough. How did you find this game? It was a long play recommendations form. A good use for it, for sure. Yeah, my manufacturing is working 100%. And I have tons of grapes, literal tons of grapes. So I actually think that I could have mega factories for wine. What I could do is actually switch some mega factories around here, because these are clearly too much. So what I would do is I would say that the brandy and whiskey place are actually... How do I just switch them out entirely? Is there a way to do this? Is there a way to just quickly change it? Yeah, there is. Okay, so instead, you're going to be on red wine. Gotta make sure I get my stuff from my warehouses. Red wine. And white wine. This is a little bit expensive, but probably better than setting up new factories. Red wine. This is, again, the music just suddenly got a lot louder, didn't it? I need some kind of normalization stuff for this. Wasn't there also huge demand for the other wine? Whoa, huge demand for bottled liqueur, but I'm pretty sure that's just the factory drinking it all up. Sparkling wine. Sparkling wine could probably even be one of these. And then we move over one of these others to there. Alright, white wine gets changed out for sparkling wine. Again, I want this stuff taken from my places there. Red wine, white wine, sparkling. And then the small one is going to become... What was the ones that I moved out there, actually? Was it brandy? Brandy would have been one of them. Not much demand for vermouth, worth keeping that in mind. Because I'm missing supplies, and maybe I am for now, but not forever. Okay. And then you're going to switch over for whatever that other thing was. Oh, I've forgotten what it was. It wasn't bottled liqueur. Bottled liqueur is over there. Bottled liqueur, brandy. Was it whiskey? Did I really turn off my whiskey mega factory? Oh, that's a shame. Whiskey will be made in this one then. There we go. Hopefully that'll fix everything. Your supply of whiskey is stopped, blah, 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 blah. That's okay. Once they're being made here, I can switch them out to the warehouse. Suppose that was a bit of a big downside of doing that switcheroo. Come on, game. I need these goodies. Doesn't look like you're actually selling the white wine that comes out. Cork, manufacturing white wine. You waiting on something? Oh, they're waiting on grapes. Yeah, of course they need grapes. A lot of grapes that I just don't have. We're waiting for the grape farm, so there might be a bit of a delay on that. They'll deal with it. This is why I have warehouses. The warehouses can handle the slack of this. Tinner and Tinner is a company in the game. Lubricant is complete. Good. I know these have stopped. That's fine. Oh, I can just hit G, can't I? We'll get that fixed. Don't you worry. It's not like our profits are suffering. Am I still horrifically in debt, by the way? Yeah, I took out these big loans. I should probably focus on repaying a reasonable sum of that. Try and stop being so horrifically in debt, or at least paying off all that interest. It's 1994. About this time on my previous campaign, I decided I'll set up a bank. We're not going to do that this time. We will, however, have a look at how the AI is doing on that one. So I'm interested in the bankers and the insurance brokers. So Zunist Church. Also want to get a quick glance at their stock price. Oh man, the insurance guys are not doing well. Zunist Church. I want to see your bank branch HQ and see how you're doing. We're still in boom time. Wow, that's some good economic growth. Let's see, loans to assets ratio. They've set it at 96. Loan demand is enormous. They've got a split between all the different types that they're loaning out to. And it's about a 50-50 split on market share of banks. Okay. They have almost 2 billion deposited into them, and they're loaning out 2 billion. Go figure. They loan to me as well. Why do I have to pay so much? I should be a AAA company. Alright. I'm kind of waiting for an economic collapse, and then I'll try my hand at buying up a bank, and then I'll subsidiary it. How about our insurance friends? Operational profits going up and down for Pepperoni, but Petan is just flat down the bottom there. Oh god, they're going to go bankrupt at that rate. However, there's more than meets the eye. What's really interesting is owned securities. Why do they not own any stocks? They're an insurance company. Win lobby? No stocks. Why you got no stocks? No bonds, no loans. That's absurd. Why would you not own anything? That's what you do as an insurance company. Looking at this, maybe they don't have that much money stored up. Nobody wants their crappy insurance. But you've got 95% of the market share. Win Lobby is well known for backing the wrong horse. You're not even doing much underwriting. Actually, you're doing anti-underwriting profit here. You're doing terrible. But this is good news for me. With all that market share, if they continue to do god-awful, I can swoop in, take it all, secure the money, and get it for myself. My worrying thing is that they don't have a lot of money to play with. Let's see if I can't look over at the stock market and get a better idea of how they're performing. No, I think I need to control them in order to see how their stock is. And I can also check and see if they're... Well, no, I've already seen that they don't actually have any securities. Why no stocks? Why no bonds? Madness. This is what you use insurance companies for. Still, though, their failure is my opportunity. There's little stopping... Actually, I should maybe seize control of their companies right now, while the going is cheap, because they might come to an understanding later on that they should do better. I know I was saying I don't want to get wrapped up in stock stuff right now, and I realize the parallel of having done this in my previous run at this time, but I think the moment is mine to strike. I can take control and see what they have. Alright, let's dabble in on this. And let's do that on the next episode of Capitalism Lab. Not sure if I can make that sound as exciting as some of the Grand Strat stuff I do, but that's very exciting to me. I'm looking forward to seeing how they're operating and how we can take advantage of that. So Capitalism Lab is back, and here's how it's going to go. I'm going to continue on with this real-world mod until we have had our share of Grimsby. Probably once Grimsby is packed full, we'll say, alright. I will then make a call for the perfect run we do of this. We're going to have a bunch of different cities, and I'm not sure if we'll do it on Real World or on Vanilla. Real World's really growing on me. I'm actually really liking all the goods here. I think I would go in and mod it further, though. The level of demand is huge compared to the base game. 10 times the amount. I think that needs to be brought way down. I understand with more goods they each need their own demand, but scale it down a lot. Anyway, make our save here. We'll continue running this in the evenings, but it's going to swap around next week. It'll be taking the long play slot properly. Next week? Maybe the week after? God knows, I don't even know what I'm doing. My schedule's up there. In any case, I will give away a few more keys. This is your last chance today if you want a key for CapLab. If I can dig them out here. Yell out in chat if you want it. I imagine there's going to be people watching the VOD here hoping they can snaffle a key by punching it in here, but I believe people use it. So, I'd like one, says Krobin. There you go, Krobin. And Singus wants one. There we go. Shunli says, yeah, why not? That's not a very nice attitude. You're not going to get one like that. And I literally had just had to go away from my PC. Sounds like you want another one. There you go. And I'll put in one more for good measure. And if you want to grab another, well, I'll continue to give these away whilst we run more CapLab streams. So cheers to CapLab for giving those away. I'm just a middleman here, and well, the middlemen in this game don't make any money. I sure don't there either. In any case, I'm just rambling on now. It's high time we call it there. So cheers, and until I'm back with more streams of varying quality for the rest of the week, so cheerio.